All right, folks, this week we had the pleasure of sitting down with Ethan Morgan, a world-class snowboarder that's done so much for the community, and he deserves to be celebrated as far as I'm concerned. He's responsible for DIYX, which is arguably the best event in snowboarding. And if you want to talk about his merits, we're talking video parts. He's an ATV. He can do it all, whether it's jumping, jibbing, riding contests, riding park jumps, riding powder. He is a world-class snowboarder. He also tells some stories of the Nike days. He tells hilarious stories about him and his family. He's a world-class DJ. He just dropped his new project called The Ride, which you should watch immediately after listening to this. And he's just a staple of our community, spreading passion, spreading joy, doing it his own way. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy this chat. I want to say huge thank you to our sponsors, Woodward, Bubs, Autumn, Herschel Outdoor Equipment, Hibbies, Oakley, Pub Beer, Mammoth, Kodaik Cakes, Yeti, Turtlebox, Nitro, Insta360, DJing, and Vaer watches. Thank you guys so much for coming on board. And I hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope you guys enjoy the holidays. And buckle up. It is a wild ride. Let's get into the Ethan Morgan episode. Here we go.
You are listening to the
Hey, MFM. See you on the lift. Back attack, dude.
Bon voyage!
Hey, yo, homies, good.
Slide down them big hills, you know what I mean, on the big, nice burgundy snowboard.
All right, welcome to the Bomb Hole, which is presented by Run Through a Wall, Smelling Salts, best salts in the business. Now, co-hosting today, we got Mr. Pat Fava in studio. What's happening, Pat?
Chilling, you know, fucking having a good time.
How are the back twos feeling these days?
The back twos are feeling good.
That train's never late. They're there. We're good to go. Unfortunately, we got no Silk D today. Couldn't make it for this recording session, but he is here in spirit. And then we have the man of the hour, Ethan Morgan. What's happening, Ethan?
Damn, I don't know. Definitely fucking stoked to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, let's talk some shit.
Let's get into it. How's the Salt Lake premiere super session been here in Salt Lake City? You're getting a full taste of the industry.
Yeah, I was on the Torment night on last week, and wow, I was like, this is the first time probably being in Salt Lake for me, so I'm like pretty stoked. It's really sick vibes. Everybody's here. Like, I was just mind blown. All these fucking pro snowboarders, I couldn't believe it. And then we had a premiere the next night as well, which has been really fun. I mean, I was really dying because the Torment night. I was like, it was weird because I was like talking so much shit, like, you Americans don't know how to fucking party. We do it heavier in Europe and shit. And then like, little did I know, I wake up the next day, yeah, first thing I did is puked. And I was like, okay, that's karma for me right there.
Just crinkled. I love it. A couple shells of humans.
Yeah,
you know?
just like drank some water with Pat, and then and then a coconut water, and that was just, my body wasn't having it. And then we went to breakfast and had a Bloody Mary, and I was feeling amazing after that. I was like, shit, I got an issue going on right now.
Put the wheels back on the bus. I saw you did a couple other tourist staple activities. You went to the Spot.
Yeah, that was so sick. Wow. I have never thought that I could actually be there, but like, I guess it's quite mellow nowadays. But yeah, thank you, JP, Jeremy, and Seth for letting me hit that. I mean, I never really asked, but thank you. But no, it was super fun. It's a good vibe. I also checked out Bone Zone for a couple runs, and that was pretty dope as well. It's sick what you guys have here. Like, I'm blown away, honestly. Like, really sick. I'm stoked on Salt Lake.
Where do you live in Euroland?
I live in Innsbruck in Austria. Yeah. It's kind of like the Salt Lake of Europe, I'd say. It's pretty much, it's very similar, just in like smaller and tighter everything. Mountains are way like steeper there in a way, but like right in front of your face. So you're like living in a valley, not where like here it's like a big city. You can see very far and shit. It's like, you get like that kind of closed in feeling a little bit, but it's beautiful. I love it. Like, it's amazing over there.
Little different vibe going to Bone Zone than going to Stubai early season.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. I haven't been there in 4 years, and I went there recently, and I was like, this is fucked, man. Like, I walk out of the gondola and just like look at the jump, and I'm like, okay, how long is it going to take for me to see a triple cork? It took 10 seconds. I was like, this is fucked. I couldn't snowboard there. I just felt so out of place, and I don't know, like, I get it, like, it's expensive to do that shit and whatnot, but like, it's weird, like, the fact of that you have to pay so much fucking money to hit 2 jumps is just so not what I grew up to. Like, it's so different. It's just a bummer because then they're like separating you from the pros as well. Like, you're in the
is
normal
it a private jump?
Yeah, it's like 2 jumps for private, like
I
the
didn't
prime
know that.
sessions. Yeah, that's where all those clips are coming from. They're paying $2,000 a week.
Damn.
Something like that. I don't know exactly the number, but it's just ridiculous. I mean, the teams are paying for it, but they're also not agreeing with it, really. They're like, also like, fuck, like, how is this happening? But I mean, at least some of the glaciers and resorts keep it real, and they just like let it open for everybody. But yeah, and then you're like standing in the lift line forever, and then you just have all your fucking homies just like ripping right past you, and you're just like, this just feels so weird because they have like a fast pass on the chairlift on the T-bar. So yeah, it's not a vibe. And then coming here, going to the spot is definitely a whole different story. It's really nice, yeah.
Cool. I want to get right into it. First of all, thank you for creating DIYX.
Thank you.
The greatest event in snowboarding. It would be hard to argue that. Pat, you're a recent winner, right?
Yeah, last year, and
Yep.
then went for the second time this year, and easily my favorite snowboard event I've ever been a part of.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did it come to fruition?
So, I mean, long story, I guess. We have time, I guess.
This is long format. You got plenty of time.
Okay, so I think it was like 9 years ago. I went to this, like, we have this one spot, kind of like Bone Zone-y kind of vibe, just like really small. We have a couple like PVC pipes, and we just went up the mountain. Me and some homies set it up. The Don, a little shout out, the Don Mickey Shots. He's like the OG of Innsbruck. And we just like set this shit up, and it was cool. Had a fun session. Then we went to some premiere night, and then like I was just kind of like shooting the shit and talking to some people like, yeah, you should come up tomorrow, it's gonna be fun. And then suddenly like 20 people showed up, and it was like a sick vibe. And then I kind of like took over like the TED role from Bone Zone, like, all right guys, now it's time to reshape and everything. And it was really cool, like it worked out. And then like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, I went back there again with like Halldór and Ulrich, and I just show up. It was like rutted out, pure ice, 20 people again there. One person had an Abby shovel with them, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, why? Now I got pissed, and I like took everything out, and like, this is not what I built this for. Like, I want everybody to be like putting some work into it and making it like nice, you know? And it's just like disrespectful, like for us who put up the work and made that happen. And then I kind of came up with the idea through that, like where I was like, oh, it could be kind of sick to do some kind of event where like we just like we have a bunch of homies come out and we go to a park, and then we just reshape the whole park the way we want to. So we had the first edition in Kodaik, like close to Innsbruck. Like we went after the resort was closed, like the resort was down for us to do it, and we just reshaped the whole pipe and made like crazy features, like a jump into the pipe and like rails on the copings, like cut out a channel and like a step up in the middle of the pipe and whatnot. And it was so much fun. Like it was such a sick vibe. Like everybody came out and was just like, this is insane. Like we've never seen something, like never done something like this, because we had like the power of a cat. So we made some like bowl feature at the bottom as well. And we had like, I don't know, we were like 30 people shoveling. So like it works good when you have a lot of people, and you see it at the Bone Zone, like with this little amount of snow, you guys are making it happen. And it's just because everybody helps out. So then I kind of just started doing that once a year, doing like DIYX, Do It Yourself Extreme, what we called it then, DIYX as well.
Yeah, when you spell it out, it's
yeah, I didn't even realize that. My team manager was like, yo, that's so sick that you're calling it DIYX. I'm like, wait, what? I didn't even think about that. And then I made a little sticker with the D upside down, and the X looked like balls. And then there's like a little penis. That's like the OG DIYX logo. Just took a picture of it and made stickers out of it. Really sketchy and super ghetto. But I might have. Oh no, I don't have a sticker on there. Okay. But yeah. And then we just did like different stops in random places where like it was like a little bit underground parks where like they're just stoked, and like shape crews that don't get paid, they just do it for fun, you know, and would like go to construction sites and steal shit to build up in the park, like I don't know, like walls and like boats and random ass shit. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We did a couple of those, and I did like one week's like spring summer camp in Cont'd. That was really fun, and it was sick because then we like included all the locals as well. So like we'd be 150 people shoveling. Like we didn't have enough shovels, so we'd have like a shit ton of people like throughout the whole week. But like still, it was a lot of people. We made like some crazy stuff happen. It was really, really fun. And like it's just cool because like you're setting something up at this one knuckle somewhere for like a couple hours with like 5 random people that you've never met before. So it's also getting to know these people in a different way. Whereas like at an event, you show up and you're just kind of with your crew and it's sick. Like it's a sick vibe, but you don't really get to know the other people that well maybe, but there you really get intimate with the people because you're like really working together to make something happen. So that was really cool. And then you like, after 2 hours of shoveling, you just like take a lap and you're like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Everybody's been setting shit up everywhere. Like side hits, rails everywhere, crazy challenge rails, like big ass bowl features and whatnot. Like it's super fun. And then eventually, I just had a meeting with Thomas Baumann, Monster Euro team manager. Big shout out, he's the fucking man. And he's like, yeah, just come to Munich. We got to talk and like we'll make something happen. And I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing something dope as well, kind of like a DIYX rail jam kind of thing. And then he was like, let's just do something like fucking, what's it called? Yeah, Copenhagen Open.
Yep.
And that's kind of where we got our inspiration from. He's more from the skate side of things. So yeah, and I mean, I've been to Copenhagen Open and it's unreal. The vibe is crazy over there. Like if you ever get the chance, you got to go because it's crazy. And yeah, and then we just like thought like, fuck it, let's try that and see how it goes. And then Chriso and I, for Chriso McAlpine from Method Mag, massive shout out to him. He's the fucking OG. He's the OG. And him and I teamed up and then we like grabbed Jaco Boss, also OG, another one. We got to keep on running them through here. Yeah. We just started the first year in Innsbruck and did like, it was a COVID year. So it was kind of crazy. Like we weren't allowed to like say where we're going because it was COVID. So we just kind of kept everything super secret. But in the end, like 400 people would show up, like because it was kind of the dopest part of it because people were like looking for the spot. It was like kind of a scavenger hunt vibe, you know? Like you would like go on Instagram and look like, oh shit, where is this spot? Like what is going on? Like where is everybody? And then we had the first spot. It was just this down rail at a soccer stadium where Zeb did the jump through the V. And it was like right in front of this road that was a road that like kind of ran into a COVID test center. So it was like, I don't know, it was like a crazy weekend. Innsbruck got shut down after that weekend, actually. So we were claiming it that it's been kind of a thing, like COVID, street jam kind of thing.
The DIYX shut down.
Exactly. And it was just crazy. There was like 150 cars lined up for this, and they're just like slowly like creeping by, watching this crazy event happening of like 150, 200, 300 people just like partying their ass off and jumping through fucking weird shit. But yeah. No, it was cool. And it just blew up, and I was like so overwhelmed suddenly. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, people are so stoked on this. And then we did the second year in Innsbruck, and then we were just like, okay, let's go 3 days. Let's show them what's really up. Because we had 2 days in the first year and 3 spots, though. So 2 spots in one day. They were like right next to each other. And then the next day we had one underneath like a bridge, like a ledge spot, which was really fun. Yeah, then the next year we're like, okay, we'll go do 3 days. Let's see if we can handle this. And yeah, we're definitely never doing that again. That was too much. Everybody, I remember like Louis just standing at the bottom on day 3 and just like telling us like, this is the craziest hangover I've ever had in my life. And like, I don't know, we had like the big party was on Friday. We had like big DJ from Ireland come out. Evan, Kedema, actually fucking such a G. He's so sick. He came out for Castle Jam as well, and yeah, Castle Jam was just loose.
You get approval from the city for this?
Yeah, we have to. Like, you can't do it like Copenhagen Open where they just roll up to a spot and then like the cops shut you down. Like, it's all good. You're skating, so you can just go to the next spot. Whereas we have to like bring in snow, and that's also a whole different story. It's like crazy complicated, especially in the Alps. Like, we don't really have hockey rinks, so you can't really get snow from there. So you got to just hope and pray for snow that falls up on the glaciers, and then you got to find a glacier that's willing to give you snow. And yeah, it's just a massive process. And
what do you say to the city?
Big headache.
What do you say to we're going to have 500 people murdering beers and sliding down the rails. And they're just like, yeah, we love it.
Yeah, we were like kind of like selling it in the first year as a photo shoot because like, yeah, we're just having this photo shoot. Can we like hit these spots? And they're like, yeah, it sounds cool. And then it just kind of got out of hand. And then the next year we got like on day 3, we had like this one spot planned out, and that like the city shut us down 2 weeks beforehand, which was a nightmare for me because I was like on the Thursday while the event is happening, I didn't watch any of the snowboarding. I was just on the phone the whole time trying to figure out the last day spot. We were like, the whole time I was like, shit, we don't have a spot for day 3. What are we going to do? Is it just going to be hangover spa day, or what are we doing? And yeah, eventually I got this spot where the city said, like, if you can get a signature from everybody in that area that it's okay, then you can go for it. So Friday morning at 8 o'clock, I got the go. I was like getting signatures on Thursday night, running around by myself, getting signatures from everybody. And because it was like in a residential area, kind of. It was like just a neighborhood. And it was like the spot going through the alleyway, like a little line where it was like kind of downhill and into a down rail.
Down bar,
where Rene did the back too. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, there was this one neighbor I forgot to ask for, and that was the one that was right next to the spot. It's just like this old couple, and they were like, and then people were like climbing over their bushes into their fucking backyard and like pissing everywhere and shit. And it was like, no, the cops showed up, and we were like, and Yako calls me and was like fucking pissed at me, like, we have to shut this down right now. Cops are here. They are absolutely fucking furious. And yeah, I mean, eventually, like, they called the cops, obviously, so they were not stoked. I mean, there was like 300 people in a neighborhood just screaming and blasting techno and shit. And like Soundbox as a sponsor, like blasting music and shit, and had DJs out and whatnot. And yeah, like a couple weeks later, after I like recovered, I went back there and gave him a big Fireball bottle. And they were like, "Yeah, you're kind of fucked," but whatever. Like, it's nice that you came over and apologized. Like, we had to like fix some shit, and like some fences were broken and stuff. So, but yeah, that's so yeah, the city. In the end, they were pretty stoked, but like, it's just hard. Innsbruck doesn't have any spots, and not gonna lie, it's kind of hard working with them sometimes. Like, it's just a little bit, Austria is a little bit old school in a lot of ways. So yeah, we kind of just were like, shit, let's just do something else. And then we thought about the castle, which has been like a legendary spot, and it's kind of like the rail gardens of Innsbruck, a little like 20-minute drive away from Innsbruck, and then it's like right next to this castle, which is not a real castle. It used to be like a place where I went to as a kid when I was like 8 years old. It used to be like a fun playhouse kind of thing with a bouncy castle, go-kart, like inline skating. They have a massive vert ramp in there, a bowl as well, and just like arcade rooms and a 4D cinema and stuff. And they went bankrupt like 3 times, and it just turned into being like a empty place. Some people were living there and doing raves there for a while. There was like, and then one year, I don't know if I should be saying this, but like, one year we were like filming some shit there, and I like looked inside the window and I'm like, shit, we have to see if we can somehow get inside. And the next day I brought a metal saw and and saw the door open. We were walking around, and there was like just old, like you could find like traces of like drug addicts living there and shit. Like, it was fucking crazy. There was like mattresses everywhere, just disgusting mattresses. So there was like raves there for a while, but that was a time when nobody was there. But I think that was the time when the owners bought it. So like, to the owners, you guys are legends. Thank you for letting us do that. And I'm sorry that you guys, if you're listening to this, then sorry about the door. This is a while before this all happened. So he maybe was thinking like, who the fuck did this shit? And we were like walking around and tripping, and then we found this one spot on the inside, and that's where like I got one clip for a future of yesterday, like jumping off the roof, like a GoPro POV shot of me like going through the pillars of the castle. And then like a couple years later, then we started street jamming. I was like, okay, one year we're gonna do it there for sure. And yeah, that was unreal. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, we had Terror come to play while Sparrow is jumping off of a roof with a trumpet in his hand and shit. It was crazy. Mosh pits on ice. People were falling left and right. And it was insane. And then the next day, the chief of police came and the mayor and were like, got out of the car and they're like, you guys are fucked. You guys are so fucked. If you guys don't obey the rules that we agreed on, we're going to shut this down right away. So I was like, that day was horrible for me. Like for all of us. Like Christine, shout out to Christine. She's like our event manager kind of in a way. And she was like, she speaks a little bit German, trying to like translate and talk to this guy and like try to be nice, and Yako as well. And it was just like, fuck. Yeah, that was not a good day for me.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, I mean, I didn't watch any of the snowboarding. I had no idea what was going on. I was like trying to sleep because I was hungover as well, and like just passed out on a couch somewhere, but couldn't sleep. And then, yeah, it was. But in the end, like afterwards, looking back at it, it was the craziest event that we've done, like the most wild one, and it was so fun. I mean, you can probably say for yourself more from your side. I would like to hear more
I could
from how
vouch
it was
for
as a
that.
rider.
It was like the most insane event I've ever been a part of.
It's
And
like a rave meets snowboarding.
100%. The fucking, there was what, 3 DJs in the castle, different rooms, maybe more.
Oh, we had like 10 DJs.
There was like there was like a cinema room, and it's like the full rave cave, and it was like fucking insane, dude. Just like full dancing for so long, like
yeah, we were going till
fuck,
6 a.m. I think or something.
Yeah,
we shut it down at 6:30.
Insane. It's pretty much like anything goes there. It's like you're in your own world.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And, yeah, we had fridge pissing off the top balcony.
I was gonna say
onto the
that's
gear. But yeah, being a rider like day 2, I think it went smooth for the riders. So
Sick.
shout out to your work.
Thank you.
It was like the cops like shut it down at the like very end of the night. There was
Yeah,
like plenty of riding there before. So, and I had one question: if you want to tap in on maybe some parties that were happening before DIYX, maybe like sex party type stuff.
Oh,
going
true.
on,
Forgot
going on
about
in the
that.
castle.
Yeah, the castle, now the owners that have that, they like run parties in there now. So like very like Austrian style, après-ski music kind of shit. It's really, I mean, they get like 5,000 people in there sometimes. They have some big acts and stuff. But they also, where they get a lot of money, I think, is Swinger Club. It's a massive swinger club. One time I was like there for a meeting with the owner, and we were just like walking around looking at all the dance floors and shit, and just like, oh shit, I had to step over a condom. Like, guys, watch out, there's a condom there. use condom alert. And like when we walked back, it was gone because he probably was like super embarrassed and called his friend like, hey, can you clean up on aisle 6?
Fuck, did I hear a rumor too that maybe like, because there's a nice walking trail by there, like people were calling in for noise complaints during those parties, maybe some.
Like, and those parties, yeah, true,
I heard
yeah.
something about someone
Yeah.
calling in like during the sex parties, like there's something fucking crazy going on.
Yeah, the
castle.
town Seefeld is like, they got some weird relationship to that castle because it's like a little bit outside of the town.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely not too hyped
Yeah.
on those guys because they're doing some weird shit in there.
Yeah.
It's some weird dark shit, that's for sure.
Yeah, should we talk about cleanup day there too?
Oh,
Shout
that
out
was
to
a great
Ethan,
one.
putting in all the work. Yeah.
Yeah, like we like we lost some volunteers along the way because like they were not like, it was just a lot of work for them. So like shout out to them always. They're always killing it. I mean, the factor that they come out and do all this shit for free is amazing. That we have people backing us like that. But yeah, that year we have to admit like we didn't like treat them the way we should have. Maybe like we didn't give them all the goodies and stuff like that. We were just kind of like, it was so loose, everything, that one. Like it was really loose. We were not prepared for what this event was going to be. I mean, it was a festival. It was a full-on festival. It was a techno festival. I mean, the day before we had like Dave Dita and a homie, like they were playing some rap music. So we kind of like always like try to have like different kind of styles of music every time. But yeah, wait, what was the question? I got lost there.
Cleanup
Cleanup day. Sorry. So yeah, then we had to actually like 2 days later after the event, we had to go clean up. So Pat, Lolo, and I just went up there and we're like, okay, let's just clean this shit up because they stayed at my place for a couple weeks afterwards, and we're just hanging and snowboarding a bit. But yeah, we went there, cleaned up, and every closed bottle we would find, we had to drink. That was the rule.
Oh my God.
And there were so many closed drinks, like so many Fireball shots, so many closed beers. Like even Lolo took a swig of an opened whiskey bottle or some
my
shit.
God,
it was,
yeah.
ooh, it was gross.
It was really funny though, because we were already so hungover from the whole weekend, and then we're like, yeah, we're done drinking, and then we start fucking taking a couple closed bottles, and then it's like we hit a gold mine every time we found like a closed beer. We're just so stoked. So we clean up like basically the whole castle. Like your dad was there too, yeah.
Yeah, my dad, my brother, Corey came out as well, and we were just like, yeah, that was really fun actually.
Yeah, it
so
was
much
such a sick day. But
I was not stoked going into it, and then we started drinking. I was like, oh, this is so dope. By the end of the night, like I had to call over the end of the day, I had to call my dad, like, yo, you got to drive us back to Innsbruck. Like, I can't drive, obviously now. Oh god.
And then in the snowboarding clips, you see the pop over onto that little roof awning, and people were like missing the entire landing and shit, dude.
That's why it was sketch for day one of the season as well. Oh my god, people were like, what is going on?
So then after the castle, where'd you guys go the next year? What was it? That was last year, was the
That was
castle?
last
so
year.
this year was
This year we went Stockholm. Yeah.
Cool.
That was really cool actually, because that was the first year where I could really enjoy it. I mean, I got to give a massive shout out to Krizo, because he lives in Stockholm, and he pretty much did most of the work. Like I'd say 80% or something. And then we had Christine, who's always working her ass off on this. Jaco is always doing a great job, of course. And we had some other people like Louise came in. She did a great job. Abby came in for doing like social media, but then she also ended up helping out with a lot of like just logistical stuff. And who else did we have? Yeah, Kareem helped out a little bit, because like he used to do the Frontline Rail Jam back there, the legendary, like most legendary European rail jam, I'd say. Like, I mean, there were some big riders that came out to that. Jed came out one year as well, and it was cool to like bring that back. And I got to say, because we had such a big crew, though, I could really enjoy it. Or we all could enjoy it, because we really killed it on the organization on this one. I gotta say for myself, like it was really smooth. It was really smooth for us, so that was really enjoyable. So we learned from the castle not to be loose as fuck. And
you guys had after party in a different location, not at the spot.
Yeah. I mean, we just wanted to bring back the original street jam, because like at the castle, it was just like a one and done kind of thing. It was just like crazy having everything there, but then you're always going back to the same place, and you just like start getting PTSD every day, and it's like kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It was beautiful. It was really fun. The first day spot was really cool. Like everybody was stoked on it. It was kind of gnarly, really steep rail into a flat landing. So it was funny. My brother came out, and he's like Sean. He came out as a physio, because he's like learning to be a physio now, and he was like, day one, nobody hit him up, so it was all good. And then day two, I like put in the group chat, like, all right, if anybody needs anything from him, here's his number, just give him a shout. And he was like at an Irish pub or something at like 11:30, drinking a beer with Corey and my brother and his twin brother, sorry. And his phone just blew the fuck up. It was like crazy. Like he was like massaging people for like 4 hours straight. Like people like came in 15 minutes ago, like at a time, always just like really quick ones. And yeah, that was pretty cool that we had that. And like we're just like in general, to say about it, like we're just like learning every year more and more, and it's really cool to learn this process and understand what we're doing, because in the beginning we had no clue. Like when I did DIYX, the original ones, like on the mountain, those were all me, 100% only me. Nobody else was helping me on that. Like for sure, some people were helping me, but not like too much. And that was kind of crazy in that way. But now with the bigger crew, it just starts getting smoother and smoother and better. And everybody understands each other. And it's an amazing crew to work with for sure. So.
Yeah, I mean, I got to commend you too, because going back to what you talked about, where you see snowboarding going in this direction of, you know, you're talking about Stubai, private jump session, incredible tricks happening, mind melters, but like it's become such a big, you know, like with the Olympics, it's like such a big deal and it's so serious. And DIYX is the reason for me getting into like snowboarding and skating. It was like fucking punk and different, and you were outcast, and it was this like fringe culture situation, and you're just like, that's fucking cool. And when you look at the footage, I've never been to DIYX, but when I look at the footage, I'm just like, fucking yes, like yes for snowboarding. This is what we need. This is why we started here. This is why we're doing this. And so thank you for that. And
thank you.
Has that vision come to fruition for you?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like getting all the feedback. Always like, I mean, we're not making any money off of this stuff. Like we're just doing it because we want to do it, and we're stoked. We put all the money in we have, and like we're definitely stoked if we can make some money in the future. Like it's just like a learning curve as well, understanding how to like use money and whatnot. But it's the biggest payment is just all the feedback we're getting. Everybody's so hyped. Like so many people would hit me up like, oh my God, I never snowboarded. I'm definitely going to start snowboarding now. Or like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like Colin Wilson, for example, he was kind of in a low and like, and I invited him. Like, I was like stoked to meet him as well. Never met him before and seemed like he's a dope dude. And he just like said this changed his whole life. Like it's insane. Like multiple times he'll just tell me like, this has changed my life back to where I want it to be. Snowboarding is everything again because of Street Jam. And it's really, really amazing to hear, really heartwarming. So like it's definitely come to a point where I'm pretty stoked on how everything's going. And I mean, we're not stopping. We're definitely going to keep going, and we love doing it. And it's just great to be part of something that we're giving back. We're just giving back to snowboarding because snowboarding is everything. We all love it, obviously. And I mean, I grew up in a different, I guess, like, right, kind of before all this mayhem of like Stuba and whatnot happened. And that's how I envisioned snowboarding always, like just the raw punk, hardcore shit. And I feel like we brought that back kind of, so it's pretty cool.
Much needed. I'd like to get into top 5 Street Jam moments.
Ooh.
Let's go through all-time great highlights over all the years, because there's been some iconic imagery, there's been some covers, there's been all kinds of great stuff.
So, I'd say first year I would definitely say there was this one moment on day one spot. Like we had no idea what we're doing, of course. So like this is like very new to me or new to us. And I remember a moment when Alex Stewart came out with his winch bike, and he like ripped up the stairs with his bike and set up the winch. And in that moment, I look to the right and I see Joe Simpson climbing up this tower. And I'm like, what is happening? And then Seb was like all like getting ready to go for the fucking V. And I was just like, what is going on right now? This is insane. So yeah, that was probably my first moment where I'm like, okay, realization moment, kind of like this is what's going on now. This is crazy. And yeah, then second year, definitely the fire hoop over the Gaper 69 RIP. And Dylan doing the backflip through that was crazy. I mean, he was probably cooked when he did that. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, like when you did the roof gap as well, you were saying you had like, you didn't ride for a while, you've been drinking beers. And
yeah. So I fucking rode for a long time, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm done, I'm safe. And then I had a couple beers, and I'm standing under the tall roof, looking to the lower roof, and I was like, fuck, like I forget who was standing by me. Maybe Fred Perry or Koss or something, and I was like, should I do it? And I'd already had like 2 tall cans, and I was like really kind of buzzed. And they're like, yeah, you should do that. And like it was coming towards the end, and I climbed up there, and then like people started helping me. It was Koss and Dominic Wagner, and they're like, we'll pull you in. And it was so scary because the top of this roof, the backside was the street. God. And I was like, you know, a foot away from the back, building a dropping ramp, and I'm standing on top of a little dropping ramp, like looking behind me, like almost like legit fell at one point. But then like luckily Koss and Dom gave me the handle shovels. But it was sick because I fell on the first one, and then Terror was playing, and they said they've never fucking played another song like encore style, but they played one more song just so I could climb back up there and get it. And
so good.
Yeah, it was that was really fucking insane.
That was a cool moment as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, to get back to that moment from the year before with the hoop, like I gotta say it was a funny story to it. Like after the fire session was over, Dylan did his backflip. We were like, okay, this is done. That was perfect. And then like Stan and Zeb put me on their shoulders, and like there were like 700 people watching, and everybody started shouting my name like on repeat, the Ethan Morgan. I was just like that. I mean, then I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? This is insane. And they hold me up, and somebody was like, I mean, I had like 10 cameras around me or something. It was kind of crazy. But then like somebody released it on Instagram, and then somebody commented underneath like, yo, what's up with that boner? And I was like, I look at it and my pants had like the fold up kind of crease thing, and it looked so much like I had a boner while everybody's shouting my name. And like, I'm like, no. So I had to own it, of course. So like that was kind of a running gag. Always like, I'd always get a boner when everybody screams my name. And then at that night as well, Rene's band Catfish played with his brother Rico and like some punk music in Montagu. And he just like remixed the songs and just like started shouting Ethan Morgan in the song the whole time. So that's how it kind of all really started, with that chant. And then I was like, wow, this is crazy. And there was a naked dude like getting crowd surfed, like butt naked. And
on brand. That's on brand.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy actually. But yeah, now everybody's still doing that, always like screaming my name the whole time. And it's like, it's sick. I love it, but it's also super fucking weird the whole time. It's always like that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate everybody's giving me all the love and everything. It's amazing. Like that's, as I said before, that's the payment in the end. Like I don't need money for this stuff. I'm just stoked that we know that we're doing a good job and everybody's stoked on it. So yeah, then third moment. Okay. Got to think here for a second.
Yeah, Castle Jam year, or you know.
Yeah, Castle Jam. I would say I gotta say playing back to back with Kedema was kind of like the biggest relief, because that was kind of a crazy one as well, because it was like a horrible day for me. I was hating life, and then I show up to play my set before Kedema, like super nervous to play before this guy. He's like a huge DJ these days, and I forgot my needles for my record players, I thought I brought them, but I couldn't find the box where they were in, and then I was like, shit, I can't play. Like I'm fucked. Like I'm not gonna be able to play. And then he was just like, yeah, just play with my music with me back to back, and it's all good. And then the janitor, such a legend, by the way, he lives in the castle by himself. In the middle of nowhere, so sick.
So fucking wild, dude. Yeah.
He's so wild. We hung out with him a bunch after the Castle Jam as well, because we went there to film some stuff for my movie. And yeah, he had one needle. So yeah, that was perfect. So I could play back to back with him, and that was insane. I was tripping on that. That was an amazing moment for me, because it was just like a big relief after that whole horrible day. Not horrible day, it was just like, for us, it was just not easy, obviously. And that was really, really fun. And then the party as well was just insane. It was pretty cool, because there were some rumors that there's going to be a police raid happening, and shout out to whoever did that, but somebody broke into a liquor store or something, or like a tobacco shop like down the road. So the cops were occupied doing that. So we had no cops in the party. So that was really good.
Shout out to the break and enter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that night was fucking insane. Yeah, Evan Ketema, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Sickest show. And like, I had maybe a few night boosters, you know, maybe a couple spritzes, maybe a couple fungi or something. And I was like, the whole time just like fist bumping to this fucking, they're set for like, what, 2-3 hours or something.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours or something.
And I was like, I'm not even fucked up. And I'm like, off all that shit. And then I see a video and I'm just like, oh my God. But
cross-eyed.
Like, yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah,
like,
I remember giving you the award for overall winner, and you were like, your eyes were on a different planet. You were like, what the fuck just happened? No way. Holding up the check. It was like, no, that was an amazing one for sure. Fourth moment, 5 moments I gotta still do. Oh shit. Definitely Stockholm when Sleeper did the board slide, and then right after that, Fridge did the board slide through the challenge rail. That was insane. I was hanging with my parents. They came out as well for Stockholm, and then I just saw him. I was like behind the fence, just jumped over the fence, and just everybody like ran to him, and it was an amazing moment. And then literally the first person to drop after him was Fridge, and did the exact same thing, broke his board as well. Mm-hmm. And that was just unreal. That was so sick. That was like one of those kind of like street jam kind of snowboarding moments where it was just like really dope. And fifth one, shit.
Are you struggling to hit your protein goals? Well, I'm not. And that's because of our good friends over at Kodaik. Their products are helping me and my body get the protein that I need to function at the highest capacity. It's important to get your morning started off right, with a hot and quick breakfast, and Kodaik's got you covered. The protein that is packed into these products will keep you fuller for longer and help you start your day being your best. And don't worry, they got options. They got oatmeal, they got bars, and they got flapjacks. It's not much else you need for a good breakfast. Crafted with 100% whole grain, you can find them at your local grocery store. Just look for the Vaer on the packaging. Or you can go to KodiakCakes.com and you can get yourself hooked up there. If you want to look like me and get big muscles, you're going to need your protein. Kodaik's got you covered.
Now, do you find yourself slowing down a little bit in your older age? Maybe getting off hill a little earlier? Well, you could be dehydrated. 75% of Americans are dehydrated. And that goes up when you're at elevation, when you're in the mountains. So I drink Bubs Hydrate or Die hydration packets. There's 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes. There's no added sugar. There's no artificial flavors. Let me tell you, when I'm hydrated, I ride better. I can ride longer. I have more energy. All in all, my vitality is just better. So if you're interested in picking up some Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die, head on over to bubsnaturals.com and use promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off your order. And stay hydrated, people, with Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die. All right, folks, we have a special announcement. We will be announcing the LAAX Open on Red Bull TV here in our studio January 18th with Danny Davis and Craig McMorris. We're going to have a blast in studio, calling the pipe final, calling the slopestyle final. It's going to be a monumental event. So be sure to check out Red Bull TV January 18th. It's going to be a good time, so don't miss it. Actually, do we forget about one Helsinki?
Yeah, Helsinki. That was a dope one as well. That was like crazy because we did Innsbruck in the fall, the 3-day bender one. And then... I mean, we're definitely not doing that again because that was crazy to do 2 events in 1 year. We did one in March in Helsinki, but it was like kind of low budget one. We kind of just wanted to like see how test the waters in a different city. And I mean, Helsinki it's the spot. It's the street mecca of Europe. So, and the scene there is crazy. And it was cold as fuck, and people were standing out there till the end and just loving it. And it was a great vibe. So, shout out to Helsinki for that one. I definitely want to go back there eventually. Yeah, we just kind of want to like jump to different places, obviously, for a little bit, and then definitely go back there because it's just like endless with spots and amazing cultural. I can't say that word. Culture. There we go. Yeah. Oh my God. Just for the record, I'm half German, half American, so
all good.
I'm more German.
Yeah,
English is great. Also, do you maybe want to touch down on Gaper 69? Is that the event
Great
where
question, Pat. Great
your
question.
personal car actually maybe wasn't supposed to get destroyed? You put rails on top, kind of like a don't jib the limo scenario.
It's a classic
maybe?
don't jib the limo situation.
Yeah, we got a clip with Pat doing the exact. We like replicated that shot. It's not in a movie, but we're definitely gonna put out some raw clips and definitely give you a shout out on that one. I love that clip.
But
it's
yeah,
so good.
Gaper 69.
Don't jib the limo.
Legendary Innsbruck, your car, license plate, Gaper 69, the V-dub. But you brought it to Helsinki, right? For the first...
No. In Innsbruck.
In Innsbruck,
yeah,
okay.
so I
put the rails on top.
Yeah.
But you also don't jib the limo. You're telling people not to fuck your car up a little bit, right?
Yeah, that was actually kind of crazy. So like when we had the riders meeting, we're all standing there and I'm just saying like, okay, so just on another note, that car down there is my baby. So this is going to be the funeral. So go crazy, but don't break any windows. And so like I gave everybody spray cans and shit, and then everybody started like painting on it, and looked pretty dope. I was pretty stoked on it. There was like a massive penis on the hood, on the front, and of course somebody's got to do a massive penis, of course.
Classic. Give me first thing you do when you get a can of spray paint? We're doing a dick.
Oh yeah, and yeah, it was funny. Like I was just like running around, getting shit done, and just like talking to people and stuff. And then I come back and I wanted to ride a little bit, which is very rare for me at Street Jam because I just never have the energy or time to do it. But like, yeah, then I show up and I see who was it again? I think it was Mike Little was like walling off the windshield into the rail. And I told him like, yo, chill out on that now because like we don't want to have shattered glass and stuff. And then one of the riders was like fully airing into my windshield, like directly. And I just showed up to that and he was like in my car. He was in my car with his feet. And I was like, what the fuck? That was not the plan. And then eventually like we had the fire session happening, and I remember like Danimal's just losing his shit and just smashing every fucking window with his board. It was so funny. I mean, that was not the plan because we recycled that snow and brought it to the next spot. So we were like a little bit sketched out, like, okay, we should like leave this snow here for now and let it be because we don't want to have shattered glass in the landing of the next spot.
And before that, your car was still running fine, right?
It was like, actually, I would have had the, what's it called? It's called TÜV in German, like when you have like, you have to like get a approval that it's able to drive on the streets. Like, I guess you guys don't really have that in the U.S. Kind of
emissions or it passed inspection.
Yeah, inspection. Yeah. And I had another year on it. So, but I was just like, I'd rather have it die here at Street Jam than me just like having to like let go of my car in the middle of nowhere where it breaks down or something. Cause like that car means a lot to me. I even have it tattooed on my stomach.
Yeah, you drove it to Africa.
Yeah, I drove it all the way to Africa once. So I've had some great stories in that car. We've jibbed the car before as well. Just like for the Freeman Show movie I made, we like had a little session on it. That was fun. And then, yeah, for that one, we did it there. And then everybody thought like, yeah, car is done. Like it's dead. And then I just like secretly parked it at a warehouse somewhere at a friend's and just paid him like for a year to park it there. And then we brought it back out after Castle Jam. We brought it back out without telling anybody. And, we had like multiple sessions on it, and yeah, and then if you watch my movie, then you'll see what really happened to it in the end. That was the final funeral. It was the second funeral.
We have a photo from your boy Theo too.
Yeah,
signed prints available bombhole.com of a allegedly flaming van Gaper 69 with you jumping over it.
Did you also tell me your apartment in Innsbruck, you had it parked for a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the owner wasn't
that's a
too
good
excited.
one, actually. Oh, my God. So after the event, Yako calls me like, so where do you want your car parked now? Because I'm like, I didn't even think about this. Like, I don't know. I guess like on my normal parking spot outside on the main road of the road that goes up to the main resort. And I parked it. He like dropped it off there with like the towing and whatnot. And, it was fucking destroyed. People pissed in it and shit afterwards. Like, it was gross. It was just like frozen piss on the driver's seat. and like like even the small little windows by the windshield, by the mirrors, like those small little corners, even those were broken. Like they really put in some time to break it. And yeah, we parked it there and I kept it there for 3 months. And all my neighbors were super pissed at me because they were just looking down from their balcony and see this massive dick on it. And eventually like put like a cover over it, a really shitty plastic cover. And that one always blew away. So it was like always over the other car next to my car.
Dick hanging out, fucking plastic on the other car.
Little condom like on top of that one. I was like, God damn it. And then like the cops showed up to my apartment one day as well. Like, you got to get rid of your car. And I was like, shit, okay, I'll figure it out. And then like 2 days later, he came back like, actually, you're kind of, because it's your parking spot, I guess you're allowed to have it there. So I was like, okay, sick, I'll keep it another month there. But yeah, then eventually I parked it away and then we brought it back and that was pretty fun bringing it back. It was definitely quite a nice one because yeah, that car had been through some stuff with me. It's been good times. Love that.
Super air horn, maybe for the Gaper 69.
Yeah, super air horn for sure.
I don't know. Do I have? I think I got that. Let me get that going. I have a question after we do the. All I have is normal air horn. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
nope. No.
Oh, there we go. Gaper 69. R.I.P.
Yeah. So for Gaper 69, how did you walk us through the naming, the vanity plate?
That's so random, actually. So I like get my license plate in Germany, and they're like, oh yeah, so if you want like a special license plate, like whatever you want on there, $10. And I'm like, well, what? I had no idea. What the fuck? Okay, shit. Give me a second. And the first 3 letters have to be GAP for the hometown, so Garmisch-Partenkirchen. And then the first, I was like, Gaper. All right. And then I was like, yeah, can we say it? So I said it in like a German accent, Gapper. And she's like, oh yeah, cool. What number do you want? 69. And then she laughed and she was like, but I think she still didn't understand what Gaper meant. So
That's a given. 60.
Yeah.
What number is 69?
yeah, too easy.
Gapers. Incredible. Yeah. Thank you for your contribution, Gaper69.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gaper.
Wow. Yeah. Not all heroes wear capes, you know? Question. Have you ever hit a run through a wall smelling salt?
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
Should I crack a beer, I guess?
Yeah, crack a beer. It's a good time for it. So here's one. You grab that. Bad Larry. Patrick. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
How does this work? You like crack it or something?
Just pinch the middle of it.
Pinch
like
the middle and then like hold it to your nose?
And then just ease it up to your nose. Ease it up to the beak, so to
Here
speak.
we go.
And so, pinch it. It'll break. There you go. And, there he is. There he is. All right. Woo! This could be a good sponsor for DIYX.
That would be sick. That would be a good
get
like in
Runky on the line.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing like hangover packs in the goodie bags.
hangover
That would
pack.
be a really good one, actually.
It actually also,
That's nice.
They really do work for, like hockey players use them before their shift,
Yeah, I heard about
and
that.
motocross racers use them before they race. And a lot of people, like right before you're hitting that closeout in Stockholm, like a little run through a wall to wake you up, it's not bad.
Oh, testing it now.
Yeah.
Grade A shit.
It might bring Gaper69 back to life, actually, potentially.
No, that one's shredded to
It's
pieces
done?
now.
Okay,
that one's
nothing.
actually done. Yeah,
Done.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get into our first guest question here. This guest question is presented by Hippies. So basically, Hippies are delicious. We hammer these things at the office all the time. They're made with sustainably grown chickpeas. They have new flavor blast puffs. They come in blazing hot and white cheddar explosion. I personally love the blazing hot. They're available at hippies.com, and if you use promo code BOMBHOLE, you will get 20% off your order. I know Pat Fava is a fan of these things.
I love the chickpeas. Yeah, maybe my favorite cheese puff. So, yeah.
All right, our first question is from your sister,
Oh my God.
Annika Morgan. Here we go.
Hi, Ethan. I just wanted to ask you, what is our family Christmas tradition, and what gift did you give our brother Sean a couple of years ago?
No.
And I'm excited to hear this episode.
Damn it. This is bad. Oh my God. People are going to think I'm such a fucking weirdo. I am. Oh God. Okay, so at Christmas we do Secret Santa, but our Secret Santa is a little bit different. We don't give each other friendly gifts. We roast each other. Actually, I revealed to the whole family, because I have insides, of course, because Annika's in the snowboarding scene, and I gave her one year. We have to do poems as well, so we roast each other on poems. And I made a video with a matching poem to the video of showing to the family that she's actually drinking alcohol, because she was always like denying that she would drink alcohol. And she cried and ran to her room and everything. She just didn't want to talk to me for like 2 days, and she was so pissed at me. It was so funny. Yeah, so one year, my brother Sean lost his license because of smoking weed. If you get caught in Germany, you lose it for a year. And then he got back on after and lost it again for another year. And my other brother, Corey, his twin brother, he got him a present of, like, he would piss in a bottle for a whole month, like in different bottles. And then he made like Christmas tree ornaments out of it and hung them up on the Christmas tree. This is so fucking weird. But mine's even weirder. Holy shit. and it was like clean piss because my brother Corey doesn't smoke weed, so he was like, yeah, here you go, you can drive, you're good. He had like a gallon bottle of fucking piss, like 3 of them I think or something. It was crazy. Like the amount of piss that he's been saving under his bed for a month is just disgusting. So then the year after, this was after another year of him losing his license. So the second year of losing his license, I thought I didn't really have a present. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And so I just took this plate and just shit on the plate and put like one of those like restaurant lids on it. And just handed it to him like, Merry Christmas. I don't know. There was no reason for it whatsoever as well. It was so dumb. I think I like shaved off some pubes as well and like sprinkled it with pubes. Like it was so like, what? Oh my God, that's so weird.
That makes sense. I was talking to your dad and he's like, well, what did Annika ask? And I was like, oh, well, I'll play the question. And she asked it, he just goes, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my mom was so bummed because it was some really nice ceramic plate that I found in the kitchen that she's been having for years, and she had to throw that out. Obviously, like there's no way she's gonna obviously eat off of that one ever again.
I wonder what I'm getting for Christmas. Oh, it's a log of human shit. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, sorry about that, Sean, but it was a good moment. I mean, we've had some weird Christmas moments. Christmas with the Morgans gets hectic. Holy shit! Like,
was there a poem that went with that one?
I think so. Yeah,
nice.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Definitely some good shit rhymes and stuff like that. It was pretty G shit.
Wow. Yeah, you guys should do a live stream of the Morgan Christmas.
We have thought about it.
I would tune in.
Yeah,
I did a Instagram story for the Morgan's Christmas once.
Nice.
I think it might even be in my highlights if anyone wants to check it out. It's fire. It's like Sean naked, like not naked, just in his underwear at dinner table and like smashing his face into a birthday cake because my older sister Natasha, it's her birthday at Christmas always. So yeah, that's the Morgan Christmas. It's very classic.
Legends.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right, let's get into another guest question. This one's from Halldór Helgason. Here we go.
Oh my God. All right. Hello there, Chris, and hello there, Freeman. How are you guys doing? I hope you're both living the dream out there. And my deep questions to you, Freeman, is can you talk a little bit about Chug, Headbang, and Pew?
I knew it.
And do you think that helped your DJ career? And then the second deep question I got for you is it true that you were born at a Japanese gas station? Beautiful. Look forward to listening to this, and keep doing your thing, both of you. Love you guys. Mwah. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Fuck yeah, thank you, Halldór. Love you.
Maybe start with Chug, Headbang, Puke. It's a hard-hitting question.
Oh my God.
Chug, Headbang, Puke.
I was
right?
showing Pat the remixes we made. It was what's your take on it?
Fuck.
Honest.
I can't wait to go listen to those again. It was the most insane mix mashup music-wise I've ever heard. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, to add on to that story, which I haven't told you yet, but like, so Halldór, Johannes Brenning, Coach Thunder, and I, we made a DJ group called Chug, Headbang, Puke.
Naturally.
Of course, so everybody had their own name. It was, I can't remember what was Halldór's DJ name in there again? I read the description.
Yeah, I forgot.
He had some, Harold, yeah.
Yeah, Harold.
I think it was Harold.
Yep.
I can't remember what Johannes, I think he was just Coach Thunder. I was AJ, aka Anal Juice.
We have another guest question about that later.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we would just like take mixes from other DJs and just put them in GarageBand and chop them up to our favorite parts of the mixes. And then we would add, I don't know if anybody's seen eFucked, but it's this crazy like porn blooper website where it's just like it's really funny, but like really fucking crazy sometimes. Like really, like Halldór would like worship this. He would like write it on his bindings and shit and like just promote it for free. And yeah, we would like chop in just sound bites from that, like people fucking or like, I don't know, people farting or just really weird shit. Like really, really weird. Just the music would just stop and then it would just be somebody on a tangent in a sex party just screaming, and then we just drop the song again.
But it like ends with a fart too, like right before the drop. It's like sex, like bam, and then just like, and then like fucking some techno again. It's so
yeah, we were in a dubstep drum and bass phase back then, so it was like heavy shit. And yeah, that actually definitely. I have been thinking about that lately, that it actually has helped my DJing in some ways, actually, because I try to think a little bit outside the box when I DJ and try to do stuff that some other people wouldn't really do that much. And maybe not like farting and sex sounds. I mean, it would be sick, but yeah, I mean, it's hard to find vinyl sex shit, of course, and farting sounds. Yeah. So
tough samples.
Yeah, it's not easy to find those kind of samples. Been looking though for sure. But so if anybody has a hookup on that, let me know. Hit me up on that shit. Love to get some fart sounds in my DJ sets. But yeah, that definitely was a crazy time. And yeah, we actually were supposed to have 2 gigs. This is fucking funny. We so the first gig, we were in Oakley filming in Iceland, and they had this one party that they were organizing kind of, and this big ass warehouse with a bunch of like the Icelandic snowboarding crews just coming in and just like they fucking party. They don't have any filters. They're just crazy. Yeah, it's insane. But it's like everybody's blacked out. Nobody remembers what happened always. But yeah. We had like an interview on the radio, like the local radio, and they were like saying, yeah, we have these DJs, Chug, Headbang, and Pew coming out. We got DJ Harold, DJ Anal Juice coming in as well. It's just like super casual the way we were saying it. I was like, what is going on? And we were like super nervous. We had no idea how to use DJ equipment as well. So we would just like pretty much, we pulled a dead mouse on and we just pressed play. But before we could even play, I get up on stage, I'm ready to play, like super nervous, and then, I mean, what's nervous to be about? I just would have pressed play anyway. But there was like a big fight on the dance floor, so somebody was like knocked out on the floor or something. Somebody was like punched in the face like really heavily and just got KO'd. So then the ambulance had to come, we had to shut down the party. That was the first time I was supposed to DJ. Second time was at Aaron Style after party. I also had like an interview like in Munich at some radio station, and they were like hyping me up like, yeah, we heard you're going to DJ at the after party and stuff at Aaron Style. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be sick. I'm super hyped. And then I get there, super nervous again. There I was actually going to try to play, but just through my computer. And I show up to the DJ booth, and the DJ was like, what, is that all you have? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no, I'm not going to this is like a liability almost. Like, we can't let you play there, like with just a computer or like the setup I had. He was just like, weirdo. It was kind of a dick move. But in the end, like, it was funny. I saw him like a couple weeks later at a party. I was like, oh yeah, like kind of fucked that you like, didn't let me play and shit. But like, maybe it was for the better because like, yeah, I DJ shit and I put like fart sounds, puking noises and all this kind of shit in there. And he's just like looking at me like, what the fuck is up with this dude?
He's like, what'd you bring? And like, garage band.
Yeah.
Like, let's play.
Yeah. So that was my second time DJing. The first time I actually had a gig was in Monaco, but that was off my iPad. I had blue hair. Started playing my set with I'm Blue, I'm a Diamadai, or whatever that song's called, from Eiffel 65. Yeah, and that's where I started getting pretty. I mean, I've always wanted to be a DJ. I've loved it. I have some friends that play vinyl and shit in Munich, and they just inspired me, and I just started like collecting records and shit, and then yeah.
Okay, as an American, right? We are less. I'm totally open to house music. Got a lot of respect for it, but you know, a lot of Americans don't like techno, so to speak. Sell me on techno. Can you do that for me? Sell me on electronic music.
If I had robot ears.
Oh,
Maybe if you had robot ears.
Grandma's Boy reference.
Oh yeah. We actually Pat is like he's all about them making the music and he's making dope shit, like really sick shit.
you,
Gotta check out his SoundCloud. He's got some fire shit going
Number
on.
one on the charts?
I change it just to my name. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
it is?
switching the
Okay.
name all the time. But yeah.
But I brought like this drum machine thing because I've been like starting to get into producing now, and we've just been like fucking around on it, and we made a. We thought you would be we were thinking about bringing it here and giving you a little live show quickly, but they were like, maybe weird.
Yeah,
this is gonna be weird as fuck as well. we made like a full track on this drum machine with samples from Grandma's Boy.
From JP.
Oh,
just JP
from
made
JP,
a robot.
Making the
noises,
robot
yeah.
like every.
And we're just like
had a
yeah.
snare and shit from him, like going pew 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 pew.
Yeah, and then it's just like adios, turn negative. exactly. But yeah, I think from an American standpoint, to sell people on techno, it's like fuck, you know.
Go to Europe.
Yeah. A lot of people are just like listen to it on their headphones or on a speaker and get bummed out. But it's like until you're in the fucking rave cave.
Yeah.
Like,
that's where
there's no energy like that. Like, it's so fun. Like, I fucking don't dance much, but when there's techno going on and I'm in the rave cave, it's just like nonstop.
Yeah, you
like,
don't stop.
It's so fucking
It's
fun.
all about the
So,
dance.
Yeah, so I feel like once you experience that, like, you're going to be down.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it takes, I feel like.
I mean, I used to go to Berlin quite a lot. I mean, that's the capital of techno. And yeah, that place opened my eyes heavily back then. And it's just unreal. You go to these clubs and they're open for 4 days straight. They don't close. So like people are passed out, people are fucked on drugs, and just like everything's insane over there. And I mean, if you ever heard about Bergheim and stuff, like it's a place where it's really hard to get in. You stand in line for like 3 hours to get in. But if you get in, because like the bouncer is like a famous bouncer that like kicks everybody out. But if you get in, it's like the most insane experience ever. Apparently, I've never been. I really want to go. It's just heavy, heavy, dark music and just like shit that you will never be able to see in real life or on any like social media platforms, because we have a thing back home in a lot of clubs that you put a sticker on your phone. So you can't take photos. So you can be as loose as you want. You can do whatever you want. If anybody films something, you're kicked out right away. So that's pretty cool, actually, that it's like a safe space for everybody. So you can do whatever you want and just go crazy and have a great time. And that's what it's about. It's not about like the moment of like you filming your homies like, yo, we're having a great time. We're being fucked up and whatnot. Cool. It's more about just like you go there for the music and the good times, and that's yourself, it. Yeah. You enjoy yourself. And I love that. Like, it's weird. Like, I played last weekend, for example, at the, what was that spot called again?
The Midnight Corner.
Midnight Corner,
kind
yeah.
Of a hot spot for
we had a
premieres.
premiere with the Battalion movie and the Uppercut movie and my movie, and then I had like a DJ set, and I was like super nervous, like shit, Americans. Like, I brought a couple of hip hop records as well, just to be safe. When I played hip hop though, the dance floor was empty. I was like, whoa, okay. And then I just started playing the heaviest techno shit that I had, like the fastest 165 BPM, jungle and techno, hardcore music. And people were losing it. But yeah, it was funny because everybody was filming the whole time. It was weird to me because that's not really normal back home. Nobody films back home. So it's just like you're there for the moment and that's it. So that's pretty cool. And that's kind of what it is as well in general, to explain why techno is such an amazing feeling and thing. You go there and you just enjoy the music, even if you don't like it. If you go there and you just feel that vibe, that's what sells you on it. That's where you're like, okay, now I understand. It's just all about just being there, and I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It's just this feeling you can't explain really,
it's
honestly.
Like upbeat and happy, you know, makes you stoked, I think. Just
or
like,
it can be dark as well though. Like there's some, like,
for sure.
some super dark, heavy shit, but that's also like giving you these other emotions as well. And then and then you'll like, the DJ will cut it to some happy like piano something, you know, where it's like just suddenly like your vibe goes from being like kind of like raging into like whoa, sick.
Euphoric.
Yeah, so it's like a metal
euphoric,
show
exactly.
to fucking...
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's just a feeling. It sounds like
feeling.
It's just a good feeling.
I think
it's cliche to say, but it is. It's so it's such a beautiful thing for
That's
sure.
what snowboarding is. It's just a feeling.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it. And you know, it's interesting. I seen your sister DJ. She's relatively quiet, pretty reserved human being.
She's got
And
some
then-
demons
and then
everywhere
all
she
of a
plays.
sudden, you see this girl put on the decks, and it turns into like the most crazy house or at dark house or I don't know, deep house.
No,
whatever
she
you-
plays
what is
like
it?
hard. She plays hardcore techno.
Hardcore. It's like it's like so
heavy
fast.
shit.
It's so
Heavy
fast
shit.
and so heavy. I was like, holy fuck. It's really cool.
Yeah, I remember too, like, this is kind of on subject. Like, I saw Waka Flocka Flame play when I was like pretty young in Seattle. And he hops off stage from, you're a fan of Flocka.
Yep.
He hops off
Flocka's
stage and he's playing fucking EDM and house and techno, and he's like in the crowd, like playing
That's
techno. And,
sick.
like, I think I heard him in an interview, like, it's like, this is what they're playing all around the world,
Yep.
So it's like,
That's sick.
even Flocka's playing that because he travels the world, and it's like, that's what they're playing everywhere,
Yep.
except like here, not as much, so
It's
I
growing.
think it's
though.
only a matter of
Yeah.
time. before
It's
it takes
growing. I
on
mean,
here.
Kedema is on tour with Party Boy 69 right now. One of my biggest inspirations. Party Boy 69 is a legend. If you can check him out, go look at his hologram back-to-back DJ set. It's so funny. But yeah, they're like on tour right now. I think they're playing in San Fran tonight or something. Chicago. They've been like all over the place, and people are like they're going crazy for it. So like it's growing, and I was like super surprised when I played on Saturday how everybody was like going crazy. They were like, "This is insane. We've never seen something like this." It was really fun. So like I think once you get in there and you like get over that feeling of just like you just go into the dance floor and just like be yourself, that's where you kind of understand what this is, and that's where just you're there for the good times, period. And
You listen to it snowboarding?
Oh, always.
It gets you jacked up.
Oh yeah, I like have an iPod shuffle, and I just like I like to record my mixes because then I really have like exact mixes for snowboarding that are specifically made for that. So I have like all my favorite tracks all in one go. Don't have to like have the pauses between tracks when you're playing shit on Spotify and stuff. You just like all the way. Just go hard.
So dope.
Dude, my buddy Simon, who passed away, he was a metal fabricator. He had a full steel shop, and his favorite thing was Tiesto while welding. And he would
Sick.
claim that it made him feel like a robot.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's
JP.
basically JP. Yeah, and it's so true. But I can imagine snowboarding get you jacked up.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's super fun for sure. I mean, if you're not into it, then I get it. But like, if you're into it, it's the best thing. I mean, some hardcore metal and shit, that's pretty dope as well. That gets you fired up. And then some sad, depressing music can be also nice for when you're just ripping some turns on the slopes and just enjoying the view. But yeah, definitely techno is where I get my energy from.
I love it. Part 2 of Halldór's question was,
Oh, yeah, true.
were you born in a gas station in Japan? Interesting question.
Oh yeah, we put that one out there. That was really funny actually. I was born in Japan. My dad worked as a teacher at military bases, so we would travel as kids quite a lot actually. My older sister Natasha was born in Japan as well, and then right after that we moved away. But we put out this rumor. I mean, no, it's not a rumor. It's actually true. We should just keep it running. That I was found on a Japanese gas station in a trash bin, and that's how I'm here.
Well, let's go back to the roots here. Let's go back to the roots of DJ AJ here in general. So you're born in Japan, and then where did you go from there?
Boom! Nitro Snowboards is back at your favorite snowboard shop. Nitro was founded over 34 years ago by a couple of snowboarders and is owned and operated and run by snowboarders today. Supporting the snowboard culture through responsible business practice by supporting the shops first and developing some of the best boards, boots, and bindings over the last 34 seasons is why Nitro is still around and why we want to keep being here. Nitro co-founder Tommy DeLago said it best, anyone who takes the time to learn how to snowboard is a snowboarder and part of the Nitro family. Nitro has been supporting team riders since day one. And the team is stacked with a global presence of over 40 riders, from Sam Taxwood, Aero Etala, Brian Fox, Marcus Cleveland, Haley Langwin, Elias Elhart, Griffin Siebert, Christy Price, Sean Miskimen, Torgeir Berger, Brantley Mullins, Benny Urban, Chuan Lee, Dominic Wagner, and a new member to the Nitro family, Iris Pham, people. Let's go. So what are you waiting for? Vote with your dollars this season and support a company whose mission is to support the snowboard community, the people, and the culture. Pick up your new Nitro snowboard gear from your favorite local snowboard shop this season.
And now a message from Ryan, who works on the Academy's team at Arc'teryx. He writes, "Hey Bombhole, the Arc'teryx Backcountry Academy is coming to Mammoth, California from March 7th to 9th, 2025. My bosses wanted me to let everyone know that snowboarders and skiers are welcome to join the 3 days of educational clinics, film screenings, and live music. I tried to tell them this is a snowboarding podcast, but they said I have to mention skiing, so this is me mentioning skiing. But for the snowboarders, the Academy is a great place to progress your skills in the backcountry. If you're looking to get off the resort and hit some natty features, come learn from Arc'teryx athletes and expert guides. There are clinics for all backcountry skills levels. Whether it's your first time being on a splitboard or you're looking for advanced terrain reading and feature evaluation, we have something for you. Ride and learn from athletes like Sean Miskimen, Victor Daviette, Joey Vosberg, Joe LAAX, and many more Arc'teryx rippers. The clinic lineup is live. Check out all the backcountry education the Academy has to offer. Browse through the options, plan your stay, call your friends, and then jump back onto our site on November 27th at 12 o'clock Pacific time to grab a spot. Come hang with me, Ryan, from Arc'teryx at the Academy. Head over to mammoth.arcteryxacademy.com to learn more.
All right, we're going to take a brief intermission to discuss some incredible offers from our incredible friends over at Woodward Park City. Get your child's snowboarding adventure started correctly at Woodward Park City. Whether they're making their first turns or mastering front boards, Woodward Park City has a wide range of classes for all ages and all skill levels. If you're interested in progressing, head on over to woodwardparkcity.com. All right, we're going to take a quick intermission here to talk to you about our good friends over at Pub Beer, who just happen to be the official beer of questionable decision-making and cheap fun. That's right. You heard it here first. Whether you're just having a couple, maybe you're watching the game, Pub Beer's a great option. Cheap fun. Maybe you need 50. Did you just get dumped? Pub Beer's got you covered. Cheap fun every time. Pub Beer.
We lived in Virginia for 4 years.
Very random.
Yeah, very random. So yeah, then we moved to Wiesbaden for like 1 year. I went to elementary school there, and then we moved down to south of Germany to Mittenwald, a small town right on the border to Austria. And that's like 20 minutes from Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Maybe some people have heard about Zugspitze. It's like the biggest mountain in Germany. It's a glacier. I mean, not much more of the glacier left right now, but used to be Gap 1328 camp. It was like it was like the biggest summer camp kind of in Europe for sure. Maybe not in the world, because like Hood is obviously huge, but it was crazy. All the pros would come out. Like maybe some people have seen some photos of this like high rail of aero on there, like it was like a massive park. It was really, really fun. So that's how I kind of grew up with snowboarding. Like right when we moved there, I went from skiing to snowboarding, and
that was all summer long as well. Like
yeah, that was like till end of July, I think, mid-July.
Basically snowboard like 8 months out of the year or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, back then for sure. I mean, we still have resorts that are open 365 days a year. Hintertux is open 365 days if they have enough snow. Damn. Last year was the first year in a long time where they had to close down because they didn't have any snow. But yeah, it's pretty cool like that we have this option to go ride anytime if we want to. Like if I would get injured or something, I would like midsummer be like first day riding, just go up there by myself, pop in some headphones and blast techno music and just do some turns. It's pretty nice privilege that we have over there. And yeah, I mean, they don't have the park open all summer, of course, but it's pretty cool living in that area in general. I mean, dude, we have now that I live in Innsbruck for like, oh yeah, so to get back, sorry, I'll get back to that in a sec. But yeah, then I went to school on U.S. military base in Garmisch. That's where my dad was working. We have a U.S. base there, so like went to school there. He was a teacher there. That was pretty dope. And we did like Wonderful Wednesdays, and we would go out every Wednesday to go ski instead of going to school. And I kind of just started snowboarding there. And before that, I did my first like lesson like on my local mountain, and I did the lesson and the lifts were closed, and my mom was like, okay, we're going to go now. And I started throwing the biggest hissy fit ever. I was like, I am not leaving. I am going to hike up to the top of this lift and ride down one more time, or maybe even 5 more times. I don't know. I was like 7 years old. So yeah, that was the beginning for me for snowboarding. I definitely fell in love with it instantly. It was amazing. So I was hyped on that. At the same time, I was playing like hockey a lot. And I mean, my parents, like, they put us all into a bunch of different sports in general, and everybody just found their groove and found what they liked the most. And yeah, I guess when I found snowboarding, that was what stuck onto me the most, obviously. And I mean, I was dreaming of becoming an NHL pro, but that didn't really pan out. But it's all good. I'm pretty stoked to where I am right now. Yeah, then I went to German school. That was a crazy switch going from American school to German school because the American school was so easy. I was like an A grade, like A honor roll student, like super easy. And then I went to German school and flunked like instantly. I was so bad. German school was pretty hard. But yeah, that's where I kind of grew up and just did snowboarding. I mean, I had a lot of like days missing because I went into the German national team and was like traveling a lot. And yeah.
You're a Forum Youngblood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember seeing footage of you back in the day in one of those one of the Forum videos.
Yeah, I think it was Forum Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was stoked on that. That was pretty cool.
So I remember you guys were trying to, like when you were on the national team, you guys were kind of having a run at the Olympics, like you were competing with Halldór, air quotes.
So 2010 Vancouver, I tried to qualify in half pipe. That was before slopestyle was Olympics. I was like a full-on half pipe jock. Like, I mean, not really willingly. I definitely always had that. And like I always was hitting jumps and riding rails and stuff and loved that. But we were just like really forced to ride half pipe all the time. It was kind of crazy. It was a little bit too strict in my vibe. But yeah, I was 40 people make it to the Olympics. I was 42nd, so that was kind of a bummer. I was definitely an emotional one for me. I was pretty bummed because I could have just.
Let's talk run. Let's talk about your run.
My run.
Yeah.
What did I have back then? I was like 17 or something. I did like. Kind of always did like classic, did a method on the first hit. Then like front 9 tail, double tail I always did. Back 5, front 10, cab sev, and kind of ended it with that. Maybe a front 5 at the bottom or like a roadie or something. But yeah, yeah, I was definitely more of a front side wall guy. I was definitely a little bit sketchy on the backside walls. But I'm really happy that I learned all that afterwards. Like it just helped my snowboarding for sure. Like riding half pipe is amazing. Like if you're good at it, like it really helps you with edge control and like side hits and stuff. Small things, you just like, you can feel it way better, I feel like. But yeah, then after the qualifiers for Vancouver, I was like, fuck this. This is so miserable. I was like almost bummed on snowboarding and just didn't want to do it anymore. And then I quit. Filmed for Easton 7 for the first time. I got like a really good chance to film with them. Actually, before that, I filmed one video part when I was 14 for this crew called Rippendale's Collective. And these are like my homies from local, and I like, at age 14, I already had ender parts, so I was pretty stoked.
Damn.
It was like we had a little DVD that came out, and we just like just handed out to homies. It was just a homie project, but it was sick. I was stoked. My ender shot was a front 9, like, or let's say like a 780 into the landing, swiveled the last 90 degrees into the 900. But yeah, that was a really cool experience, like getting out there and filming a little bit, and I kind of got like the taste of it. So then I got the chance to film with Easton 7 after I quit, and that was really a big honor for me because Easton 7, I don't know if many Americans know too much about it, but like to explain, it was like pretty much the OG crew in Europe, especially in the German-speaking area. They made some really cool movies. Like they were the first people I feel like that brought out this like happy energy vibe with their videos. Like just it's all about having a good time. It's not about the craziest tricks. It's just about having a good time. We had funny intro skits always and stuff, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I got to like
landing headwear was popping. Everybody had those.
Oh my god! Yeah,
like
the resi tips were fire
resi beanies in that thing.
That was pretty sick. That was a fun time. Like I was wearing like quadruple XL t-shirts underneath a quintuple XL t-shirt or over the quintuple, and then like a hoodie. You know, like the skirts coming out, riding POW freezes up. Like looks like so weird. Like what were we thinking? Pants below the ankles. I had a 132 snowboard, and we put our bindings so that it would be 2 screws only on the outside because that was the shit for us back then.
Fat
like,
stance.
Yeah, fat stance. As wide as like the shorter the nose, the doper you are. And definitely didn't help the snowboarding, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that was it was a cool time because then I like really found a different meaning to snowboarding and got really stoked on filming. So then I just started doing that. Did 1 year with Easton 7. It wasn't like my best year. And then the next year I kind of like went back into doing some like TTR contests, doing slope style and stuff, and went quite well actually for me. But I also filmed some stuff on the side, went to my first backcountry jumps and stuff, and filmed some street with some homies, and put out like this full part that I put on Vimeo or whatever. And that kind of got some attention. And then Easton 7 was like, okay, let's go again. And then I did one more year with them. And yeah, we went to the premiere, and it was a really fun year. I got a lot of good clips. I was stoked, and went to the premiere. They didn't tell anybody what's going on, and yeah, my part came on, then the credits, and I was like, what the fuck? It was like those premieres. I have to say this as well. Those premieres were the most fucked up premieres ever. It was insane. Like, you cannot imagine. We would have a massive warehouse filled with 3,000 people wearing landing headwear beanies. Pink, green, purple, you name any color.
Hard to see the screen when you're behind one of those.
Yeah. It's like, it's a sea of fucking neon fluorescent beanies. And it was crazy. 3,000 people. Like, it's unreal to me these days, like that many people in Munich, especially because Munich is like kind of dead in snowboarding nowadays.
Yep.
But it was like a big scene popping back then. It was so sick. It was such an amazing time to be witnessing these things. So yeah, that's kind of where everything started kicking off. And then I filmed for 2112 the next year for Standard Films, which was a big honor, like filming with Mike Hatchett and them. That was pretty dope. I was
wondering about that, where you the last shot in that part, you're getting followed by a helicopter back pre-drone. How was the heli shoot when the bird's in the air?
Oh my god, are you talking about the little voiceover I said?
Yeah, the voiceover. Yeah, and Back Rodeo 9 was heat though, brother.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, that was pretty crazy actually. I mean, that was on a different level, like being on that kind of shoot. And I was thinking it was Red Mountain in Canada, and they just built this jump on a ridge, and just the helicopter flying by. It's just a crazy feeling for sure. Like, especially me being 18 years old or something, or 19, just like, what is going on right now? This is crazy. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a fun year, and like I remember, this is so funny actually. The first day I went out with him, we went to Aalborg to film some POW, and I went out there. We met at the supermarket, and then it's like Freddie Kalberman there. And he kind of knew me, was like, we've met before, I think. Maybe he didn't remember or something, but he's like, first thing he says, like, Ethan, we only build big jumps. and I was like, okay, shit. Me, like 18 years old, like, oh, fuck, okay, let's go. And then the first thing we built a jump for 3 days. A massive park booter in the middle of in the resort up in Lech, and it was huge, and I was like so nervous. And he hit the jump, and he overshot the whole thing. That was the cover of the DVD, like him, like a bomb hole in the bottom of the landing. It was huge. It was one of the bigger jumps I've ever hit for sure. And yeah, I like got a front 7 first try. I was fucking stoked, and then did a back 10 as well, and that was pretty cool. So
there's like the ski marks going through the landing too in that jump.
Yeah, it was like a little bit of like traverse tracks over the landing. Exactly that one. I mean, that's like kind of normal back home, I guess. We don't really care too much about that stuff, but you just got to deal with what you got, kind of like in the resort and whatnot. But yeah, that was a really cool experience. I mean, I learned so much from Mike Hatch. A big shout out to him. He was a G for me. That was pretty dope. I didn't really have much knowledge of backcountry stuff and everything, so he really taught me a lot, and the rest of the crew as well. What happened then? I don't know.
So at this point, you're hanging with Halldór when you get the Standard, or is that pre-Halldór?
I mean, I met Halldór like a while before that already. Yep. We met when we were like 16 or something.
Yeah.
We were like already vibing back then. But then that's when Nike 6.0 was still happening.
Ooh. We got a question about that, actually. Hang on, before you get in too deep. Colonel Kotzenberg, a.k.a. Sage Kotz, has a good question here. Let's fire it up.
Ethan, Fremo, AJ, how we living, man? I got a little guest question coming your way. Me and you were both on the Nike at the same time in the heydays. And I was wondering if you have any good stories of Nike just kind of just burning budget, throwing money in a fireplace, just no regard for finances at all. If you have any good stories of them just kind of chucking dough, let's hear it. Could be from a trip or just contracts or kind of whatever, open-ended on your part. Love you, G. Talk to you soon.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Sage. Love you. Oh, wow. Yeah. That was kind of weird for me because I was actually one of the lowest paid riders on Nike. So I had a solid budget for sure, and I was stoked. Like, it was big, and being a part of Nike was amazing because they blew budget and they made us feel like kings for sure. It was pretty sick time for sure to be part of that. And for me, it was funny because I was hanging out with like Halldór, Sage, and all these guys, and they had massive budgets. They had so much money. So I was like trying to keep up with them the whole time and just spent so much money. We were like in this time where we would just like go to the bar and buy champagne bottles and shit and just be fucking dipshits about that stuff. And just, I don't know, it was weird. And after Nike was done, I was broke. I also like had some situation with the government that I owed them like 30 grand or something. So I was like scraping by pretty much half of my career, like barely getting by, just like spending money that I didn't have just to be able to go on snowboard trips because I just didn't want to stop, obviously, and I just loved it so much. So I just did everything I could to be able to snowboard. Definitely not an easy time. And then I was on with Neff as well afterwards, and they like got bankrupt, so I lost all that money and everything. So it was just, yeah, whatever. Like, in the end, money is money. Who cares? As long as I'm snowboarding, I'm happy as fuck. So, and doing all good now, except from the fact that my bank account got hacked recently and just got everything stolen from. I was finally on a point, like the last 2 years, I finally got to the point where I'm like, got money, and somebody hacked my account.
Oh no.
And I don't know if I'm getting it back. I got to get a lawyer involved with it. Whatever. Long story. That's boring shit. But Nike, yeah, I guess like that was kind of my burning budget situation. I was definitely losing a lot because I was hanging out with people that were way richer than me. And I was trying to keep up. But yeah, there was some crazy situations like going to events and stuff like Dude Tour, just like walking into our apartment we thought, and it's just a mansion. It's just this huge ass mansion, like you were saying before, like private chefs. We'd have physios. We'd have everything. It was crazy. They threw money out the window. They did not give a fuck. It was crazy, but it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to be like feeling like a king for a little bit.
What about the story you told me about Halldór, and maybe he had to sign something and maybe he sent something over?
Wait, what was that?
You told me the story yesterday. He had to make a signature. Maybe he sent something, document over.
Yeah, he like we were like invited for Aaron Style, Big Air, and you had to like send in some confirmation and sign the waiver or something and send it in. And he accidentally sent his contract over. and the guy who got the contract just bursted he just like said it all to everybody, and he was like making some fucking digits. He was like, we were like, holy shit, this is crazy. But yeah, it was funny that he just accidentally sent his contract. Like, what was he thinking?
Got the DocuSign right here. Fired over.
Oh, quite a big difference. So
yeah, quite a big difference. Like, I don't know, a waiver compared to a contract. I don't know.
Oh, did I accidentally send you my gigantic Nike contract? Oh, I'm sorry.
Please don't tell anybody.
Yeah, speaking of Cheddar Bisque, was that chill to talk about? Maybe it was like 250.
Yeah, that's actually the number I had in my head.
Yeah, I think it was something around
and
that.
And yours was maybe not even 50K.
That was like, it was like, I had 35. So like, yeah, we're like staying in the W everywhere, and I'm like spending $300 on a hotel room every night. Like, what was I thinking? I had no idea what I was doing.
Fuck, dude, that's
hilarious.
Crazy to see that. Dude, like, what the fuck?
There's another thing. Yeah, like Sage was telling me that like they go to X Games, and the budget for the week of X Games, they'd have $250K to spend on their lodging and.
Unreal.
It was pretty funny though when we filmed for Never Not. Like,
should we give Ethan like 50 of that? You know what? let's get another private chef and then add a couple bedrooms to the Airbnb. His budget's fine. We're good.
No, I gotta say, also huge shout out to John Weaver. Like he was our team manager for Nike. He was also my team manager for him back then when I was on Forum Youngbloods. And yeah, he kind of like raised me to this point. I feel like I gotta give him a lot of thanks for what he did. And yeah, Big G, thank you so much for everything you did and believing in me. So that was dope. But so yeah, we were filming in Moscow. Or like, I don't know, it wasn't us, but I mean, this is also a good comparison. So we were filming in Net for Never Not in Moscow, and it was Sage, Halldór, and I, and Carlino, and I think Dangler came with as well. And we were staying in this super small hotel room, just the four people in one hotel room, and we had like beds just stacked next to each other. Like we had no room for our board bags. We like had to slip our board bags underneath the bed. There were like fold out beds as well. And then we just saw a video or a photo from Driscoll, the TM, who was like like in this massive mansion at X Games, and we're just like all cramped up in this Moscow hotel room, just like so miserable. I remember also Sage and I were we were kind of sick on that trip, so we always took this medicine that we got back home called Neocitron, and like we took it every morning, but it's actually drowsy medicine. So every day we would like show up to the spot super tired, like, oh, we're still so sick, we can't hit this spot right now. and like Halldór and Dennis Leontev came with us as well, and they were like fucking stacking, and Sage and I were just like, oh god, what the fuck? Why are we so tired?
Super good style though on all the spots. I bet just
the sleepy
MFM sleepy style, just keeping it relaxed.
Yeah, I did a couple bomb drops, so I definitely fell asleep in the air a couple times.
You mentioned board bag. I have a note here that says labor case in board bag. Maybe you could tee up, first of all, what a labor case is, and then take it from there. Today's episode is sponsored by Insta360, a leader in action cameras and 360-degree technology. Capture all the action on the slopes with the Insta360 X4, the best camera for your snow season. Shoot full 360-degree video in 8K resolution, then choose any angle you want after your run. This camera is a hitter. From immersive POVs to third-person shots of you carving down the mountain, X4 does it all. No filmer, no problem. You can get hands-free 360-degree shots while you ride with the ski pole mount. You'll get over 2 hours of runtime at 5.7K, and it films ice-cold content perfect for your social media in temperatures down to -4 degrees. It's super tough and waterproof for any big crash, and it's so easy to use even with all your gear on. Right now, our listeners can bag a free ski pole mount with any X4 purchase. Head on over to store.insta360.com and use the promo code BOMBHOLE, available for the first 30 purchases only. For more information, be sure to check out the links in the description box. Get yourself that new X4 Insta360.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and talk to you about our good friends over at Oakley. They got a new team collection this year with Sage Kotzenberg and Jamie Anderson. Yep, I was just as impressed as you. Designed for a memorable backcountry experience, utilizing Oakley's industry-leading, top-secret, extremely advanced technology that I myself cannot comprehend. This collection offers you a breathable, waterproof, and windproof experience, designed with and for the athletes, bringing their personality into the design. You're not going to want to miss this new collection. So head on over to oakley.com and check it out for yourself.
All right, we're going to talk about Yeti for a second and their new Roadie 15 cooler. It's a personal size Yeti hard cooler. It's comfortable single hand or hands-free carry. You can bring it with you anywhere. It holds up to 22 cans if you're trying to have some coldies, or 16 pounds of ice. This small but mighty version of the classic Roadie family packs all your favorite essentials, cans, wine bottles, but in the most portable design yet. It's perfect for any ATV, paddleboard, or kayak, and easy enough to carry down to the pool or up to the campsite. If you're interested in getting your paws on the new Yeti Roadie 15 cooler, check out their website, yeti.com, for more info. All All right, Ethan. Time for another run through a wall, maybe?
Yeah, before I tell this labor case story, I definitely need some.
Yeah.
This side.
Here we go, Patrick.
Donka Shane. How you say it?
Yep. There he is. What the fuck? Potential run through a wall athlete here on my right and left. I'm scouting for talent. We're scouting for talent to build a team.
Oh, yes. Let's go. I'm down.
Oh.
I'm down. I'm feeling this.
Shit.
The first whiff was definitely like, oh, your eyes are red.
Yeah, you just ease it up. You just ease it up.
Give me the stuff.
Oh, that's good.
So, all right, I have a note here that says labor case. Labor case, how do you say it?
Leberkäse.
Leberkäse.
Actually, you say Fleischkäse.
Fleischkäse.
In Austria, you say Fleischkäse.
Yeah.
But in Germany, you say Leberkäse.
Something about labor case in a board bag. Maybe you could elaborate on that, Ethan.
Okay. So, we, Halldór, Sage, and I were on this bet kind of for a couple seasons or one season or something. And we were like, I had to learn Swedish. Halldór had to learn German and Sage had to learn German. Tor Lundström was going to be the judge because he can speak all three languages. Like, not super good German, but he's pretty good at German, actually. I mean, he's Swiss, so, or half Swiss or something. But, yeah, so what we learned is, like, Sage was kind of on the, what's it called again, that app?
Oh.
Grinder.
Yeah, he was on Grindr. He was
the one that where you learn languages you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not the Google Translate, but there's the one where you learn the language.
Something Stone, right?
Yeah,
Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Nice,
I think he was on Rosetta Stone.
Congrats, you still got a couple brain cells kicking around in there. I fucking love that. All right.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, so we just like, Sage was on the Rosetta Stone tip kind of, because he was not really hanging with Halldór and me that much because we were like filming that season and Sage was on his own thing, I kind of think, as far as I remember. But yeah, Halldór would just teach me Swedish stuff and I teach him German stuff, and that was kind of the way we did it. But we only taught each other stuff that is just completely useless. Like, shit, like I remember one line that I had saying about like me shitting on a plate, and it's funny that we're talking about this again, of course, and making meatballs out of the plate and out of the shit, and then like I don't know, some fucking weird shit, and I would like run up on Swedish girls and say that to them, and they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And just get the fuck out of here. I was like, okay, yeah, he would like learn the most random stuff in German as well, like about like. Ich habe Kartoffelsalat in meine Lederhosen and stuff. Like, it means like I got potato salad in my leather pants and like super weird shit. And so our plan was, when we do this battle, we would like diss each other like as hard as we can, and whoever disses the hardest wins. And the loser, here it comes, has to have sex with a Leberkäse.
Explain what a Leberkäse is.
So the Leberkäse is kind of like the Austrian German hot dog that you get at every gas station. It's like a meat loaf kind of thing, and then they just slice a little chunk of it off and put it in between two semmels, like two bread slices, and that's your gas station food. Put some ketchup and mustard on it, and you're good. Pretty dope. Just all the fucking leftover meat stuff.
Delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
DJ Leberkäse.
Yeah, DJ Leberkäse in the house right now, actually. Yeah, he loved that stuff.
That was so good.
And yeah, then one year we went to a super park. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like in Bachelor or something. And I was like, okay, we're doing this now. This is the time. Like, it's been like 3 years now. We've been talking about this for so long. We have to make this happen. So I bought a raw pack of Leberkäse in like the loaf form. So it's kind of like creamy still. And you have to bake it first, of course. And yeah, I just slapped it into my board bag. And I guess like on the flight, the air pressure or something got to it and it popped. So I had Leberkäse all over my board, my boots, my fucking clothes and everything. So I had to like wash all my stuff. It was like gross. It was so nasty. and I like show up, and Sage hasn't been on it. Like Halldór and I have been killing it. We've been like, we had some lines. We were dope. We were on fire. But Sage had no fucking. He was so bad at that point because he just gave up kind of, and he was just like, all right, just give me the fucking labor case. I'll fuck the labor case, you fucking assholes. I don't know what happened. I mean, it was half of the labor case that was still left in the loaf form. So like half of it was in my board bag, the other half was still in the loaf, and yeah, all we had to do is just chuck it into an oven, and it would have been all good. But yeah, Sage bailed on it. He's
got some unpaid gambling debts.
Yeah, he does. Still, Sage, you gotta have some sex with some labor cases. But the thing is, like, yeah, we were saying like instead of like, and you had to show the finished product to everybody as well. So you had to,
you had to ejaculate.
Oh yeah. If you don't ejaculate, then it doesn't count. So, and also we were going to use ketchup as a lube. So
You guys are fucked.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know that I'm weird, but now people really know that I'm weird. But yeah, it definitely like Halldór and I rubbed off on Sage. He definitely, like, when we met him back then, he was definitely more like the more innocent American, and we just.
I mean, for Christ's sakes, you guys made a video called what's the Master
Bay Table?
Master Bay Table. Master Bay. What's the name of the movie? Master Bay Table. Which, when you say it in a different cadence, it is
masturbatable. I mean, that was like, Johannes is just, his brain is unreal.
What's the name of the video? Master Bay Table. Yep, I love it. Let's do it. Snowboard video? Perfect. Run it up.
I love the no tobo, actually. That was a long kept secret, actually.
I don't know what that is.
No, it was like, we were just like always like kind of G talking, always like, I'm talking about, I'm talking, no tobo. Kind of just evolved into that. And people were like, what does it mean? Like, what is no tobo? And we were just like, we're not telling anybody. And everybody was tripping on it. It was like no to body odor or something. Like, it was pretty funny. But yeah, Master Bay Table was a heavy one for sure. That was genius name.
Going back to Super Park, my memories of you and Halldór coming over here, it was like you guys would show up in the States and go to Super Park and fuck shit up. You guys would party at night and just go huge and like fucking Richter on the jumps. It was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a good time for sure. We didn't have those times. We didn't have many brain cells, so I've definitely been gaining some back. Midwinter, I've been trying to keep healthy again and try to be good. But like, there's always this time of the year. Right now is that time. Been a heavy month right now, and still some premieres to go. So can't wait to go sober again. But yeah, back then, no filter. We just did everything, didn't care. We just partied hard and just had a good time and just wanted to shred.
Just chucked on the huge jumps.
Yeah, it was fun. It was dope. Like Super Park back then, the Mammoth one was unreal. That was such a fun time. I remember like showing up on a bad weather day as well. Like we brought speakers and blasted Chug Headbang and Puke on it. Just chugging beers on the drop-in and just ripping through with like Theo Muse follow camming us while we're just eating shit everywhere. But then the next day we'll do sunrise shoot or something. Yep. Like, okay, let's hit this big ass jump at sunrise.
You got a memorable like, holy shit, this is heavy jump session from Super Park that comes to mind?
Well, that big ass jump was crazy. Holy shit. That was
the one that like, that was where Fridge broke out with he was hitting it with a backpack that was like,
yeah.
That was that
backpack
huge
was
like step over that was like
yeah.
T-flan back 10'd it.
Yeah.
It was like right when back 10s were just coming out. And
yeah.
That was one I sat down and watched that session. And I will still say to this day, that is, I think, the heaviest park jump session I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That was insane. I mean, I remember like hitting it first time and I just like, I had so much time to think and there was too much time to think. So it was really scary. And then the second time I hit it, I wanted to do a front 3 indie and I like take off on the jump, like front 3. All right. So feels good. All right. Indie. I go, oh shit, I got some more time. I guess I can maybe do a stalefish. I'm like, okay, I'll go for a stalefish. And then, oh wait, I'm still in the air. I guess I got to do 540 now. Okay. Like this is like what's going on in my head, this kind of speed as well. It was so big. But it was sick. I love hitting big shit. It's really fun always to get the juices flowing. But that was the anal juices.
Dude, but fucking Halldór, did he do the double barrel roll thing? Or was he doing those barrel roll? Those like
he did a single one, I think, on that hippie kind of jump that we had a sunrise session on. That was kind of the first time he did that one, I feel like. Yep. And people were tripping on that one. That one was crazy.
I feel like single on something that big is almost more fucking.
I don't think he did it on the big one though. No, I think we all just did quite simple tricks. We were just kind of just surviving. Crazy thing was the hip session though. That was kind of like a.
Or homie flew off the side.
Yeah, I was like, I hit it once and I was scared. It was huge. Yeah, that was the biggest hip I've ever hit with the massive gap. So you can't go like warm yourself up on it. You got to go. And I just remember standing at the top, and this Japanese guy, I can't remember what his name was.
Is it Takaru?
Yeah, it might have been Takaru.
I thought it was maybe Takaru, but I might be making that up.
I don't think so. I think he's not really snowboarding anymore because that injury like fucked him up pretty bad is what I heard.
What year was this?
I have no idea. 2013. I'm making shit up. I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm really bad with time.
Yeah, same.
But he was like right in front of me, and I gave him a fist, like, you got this. And I saw that happen, so I felt like super fucking bummed out and really like, oh fuck, was it my energy that got there or something? Like, I mean, shit happens. It is what it is. It was crazy though. I mean, he flew from literally, how do you guys say? I guess 60 feet to the left
and the
onto
jump
flat.
was to the right, the hip.
Yeah, there was no landing on the left.
I was at the super park.
Yeah. Oh, is it Mammoth?
True.
Yeah.
Or Bachelor.
Yeah.
No, it was Mammoth. That was Mammoth.
No, that was
I was
Mammoth.
at the Mammoth. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You saw that one or what?
Yeah. I was watching that
was
session.
nuts,
That was
dude.
fucked up.
That was crazy.
Alive. That
Yeah,
was crazy.
seriously. Like he fully flipped and landed on his back or something. It was so crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another note here. This is from your sister gave me this. She said, "What happened at the Denver airport and customs on the way to X Games in 2020?"
Well, I knew this story was going to come up. This is good. Kind of a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. I'm really bad at telling stories, to be honest. Okay, so I got invited to X Games as a DJ. So that was the first time I ever got invited to X Games. Well, I got to ride at X Games in teens, but I don't know if that really counts. I was X Games DJ. I was playing at the W or whatever that hotel was, at the lobby the whole time, and then at the after party from the monster party, like for an hour. No DJ skills whatsoever. It was the first time I was playing with all vinyl as well, so I was really bad actually, and I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, it was pretty sick. I went there with my filmer because we were filming for the Freeman show at that time, and so Sabi Madeleine and I went out, and I like didn't really eat much on the flight, or didn't eat anything on the flight because I was like kind of like stoked on the food is shitty, and it's kind of nice to fast a little bit sometimes, I guess. Then I wake up mid-flight, like 3 hours before we land, and he's just chugging Bloody Marys by himself. And he's like, yo, it would be so sick if we show up drunk to X Games. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then I just started getting blasted with him. It was like empty stomach, the altitude, and I blacked out. I don't remember anything, like absolutely nothing. Next thing I know, I'm in the cop car on the way to a drunk cell. And I was like laughing with the cops, like giving one of the cops shit, like, you're such a fucking, why are you so bummed out? And the other cop was laughing about it, and he's just like loving it. But so what happened is, this is something we always did. We would always get like blacked out all the time back then. It's kind of stupid actually, but we always loved the aftermath of it, of like being a detective, of figuring out what you did the night before. And sometimes it takes months to figure out because you haven't seen somebody for a couple months, and you're just like, whoa, no way, I did that? That's so funny. It's like so stupid actually, but yeah, just young and dumb. But yeah, actually this was not too long ago. This was
2020.
2020, yeah. Still young and dumb, I guess. Oh shit. So so I guess I went into customs, and my brother Sean calls me because he like went on sick leave so that he can come to X Games because he was playing pro hockey in a league back home, and he like just really wanted to come to X Games and hang out with us. So he just said he's sick. I don't know if anybody should be hearing. I mean, he's actually not. He's a retired hockey player now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, he calls me while I'm in customs. You're not allowed to have a phone on you in customs. So like he just hears me like screaming into the mic, like, oh, what the fuck, you're coming to X Games? That's so sick. I can't believe it. Blah, screaming. And then he just hears in the background a security guard like, yo, you got to get off your phone. That's not cool. You're not supposed to be on your phone here, blah, blah. Okay. And then I'm like, yeah, leave me alone. I'm talking to my brother. There's my brother I'm talking to. He's coming to X Games. Then I like call Austin Hodges, Monster TM, and it's like 4 p.m. So he's like up there wiping goggles and stuff at Slopestyle. And I call him like, yo, I don't know where I am. I think I'm in the US, but I'm not sure. And then he's like, what the fuck? And he hears in the background again, security or like the police officer like screaming at me like, get off the phone. This is the last time. We're gonna get you deported. Like whatever. They said some shit. And then I have like a hole that I'm never gonna find out what happened exactly, but I guess I must have been talking some shit when I went to the customs counter. My filmer was going to European customs. I have a US passport, so I went to the US customs, which is easier obviously. He went through, he was all good. I mean, he was drunk as fuck as well. But yeah, he couldn't find me. So he was looking for me forever. He had all the board bags, all of his camera equipment and stuff. He was just dragging it around wasted in the airport, asking random people, selfie filming, like, do you know where Ethan Morgan is? It's just like, what is going on? And I guess I must have gotten in trouble, said some stupid shit. And what I heard afterwards is that happens quite a lot, that the people land in the US super drunk and they just have to like go to a drunk tank. So I got to the drunk tank after the cops bringing me there. And this is like 5, 6 in the evening, and yeah, they like I passed out because I was jet lagged and drunk, and then I wake up at like midnight, and then all the fucking street crazy people, you know, drug addicts and stuff start coming in, and I'm like, holy shit, where did I just land? And I'm like sobering up slowly, but they wouldn't let me out because I wasn't sober enough. And I would always go to the front desk like these people just like walking around in circles, like losing their mind, like why are they here, like what's going on, like they're just tripping, you know. And I was tripping on that, and I went to the front desk and I'm like, I'm a DJ at X Games, let me out, I need to go. And they're like, yeah, you're good, like just sleep off your whatever, you're just, you'll be good. And they must have thought I'm crazy as well. And then yeah, I guess like 4 a.m. or something, I got out. My filmer actually figured out where I was, and he got a hold of me in the cell, and I was still kind of drunk as well, and I was like, I have no idea where I am, what's going on, but I'll be probably out soon, I don't know. And he got a hotel room. I went to his hotel, and then I realized my mixer was gone because I brought my own DJ mixer, which is worth a lot of money, and I was pretty bummed on that. Also, as I didn't have a mixer then when I was there, but it was in the lost and found. I guess I dropped it on the middle of the road outside of the airport. Like, what? And then, yeah, I showed up to X Games, and it was a great time. Was just pretty much on a bender the whole time by myself with my filmer. It was pretty dope. And just DJing and stuff.
Maybe you told me a memory that came back to
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to right now.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I always like to end the story on that one because it slaps pretty hard, kind of. So then we get back to the airport to fly back home, and then my filmer's like going through some footage on his phone, like seeing if we got some clips that are funny maybe to use or whatever. And then we like see this one clip, and we're like, holy shit, did that just happen? That is insane. So I guess right when I get out of the airplane, you get those hallways where you're like, it's just like those long hallways you walk on with a carpet and a window on the side, and it's just me pissing on the window.
Oh my God. That's insane.
But I didn't get kicked out because of that, because I got all the way to customs, obviously. So
yeah,
nobody saw that. That's so crazy, actually.
That's fucked.
Yeah, and Aniko is like needing me to be there as well the whole time because I had to like sign some waivers for her for being her legal guardian or something because she was too young. And I was just in jail. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm pretty hyped for that one.
All right, we got a question from Zach Hale. Here we go.
Oh shit.
What up, Ethan? Zach here. I think there's quite a few questions people want answers to, but I think a question that the people want to know is, what's your DJ name and what does it actually mean? Because I'm still curious of this, 4 years later. Hope you enjoy your interview, and I will see you soon. Later.
Hell yeah, Zach. Thank you for that question. That is something I guess I have to clear up here. So as of now, my DJ name is just AJ. So you keep it simple. I mean, I've changed my DJ name like 10 times. Who knows what will be next, but I'm going to try to stick with this one. just kind of easy, simple, quick. And I guess it came from, as we have mentioned a couple times, DJ Anal Juice. So, and DJ Anal Juice came, it's super random where it came from. Like back in the days before social media, we'd have like websites, like blog post websites, and I had an ethanmorgan.com website. And Halldór was like, it would be so sick if you have like a secret link to go to your website. Like imagine analjuicemorgan.com. And then we were like, yeah, that's genius, let's go. And then we put that in there as well. No, we didn't even use it, but then it just rolled off of that, and then he just started calling me Anal Juice all the time. And then everybody started calling me Anal Juice, but if they didn't want to like say the full thing, they just call me AJ. So AJ is like what a lot of people call me, so it kind of makes sense in that way. And that's kind of where it came from. It's kind of random. There's not really like a crazy story to it in the end.
It's a great name. It's a great name. This is a fucking fantastic name. All right, we're going to get into a section of the show here. This section is what we call Name That Video Part.
Oh, shit.
Name That Video Part is brought to you by Turtlebox. They make some incredible speakers. In short, Turtlebox delivers the best sounding, most durable portable speakers available. I got 2 at my house. The thing I love about them is you can connect them together. You can daisy chain these bad Larrys. So if you're ever in a party and you want to entertain, you want to have music in one room, music in the other, they connect. That's my favorite part about them. Also, the Gen 2 portable speaker is 100% waterproof while boasting best-in-class audio quality and 20 plus hours of playtime. And these things bump. They play loud music, and they do it for a long time, 20 plus hours. So I'm a fan. Simply put, the Turtlebox is extremely fun product designed for days at the mountain, on the water, in the backyard, and everywhere in between. I keep them in my house. I love them. So let's get into Name That Video Part.
You can also play Chug, Headbang, Puke on them.
Yeah,
yeah.
Chug,
nice.
That was hard.
Chug, Headbang, Puke, or DJ Anal Juice actually sound like premium quality on these. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you really want. You want that those sound effects to come through.
Yeah, you want them to, and these things are loud. That's what I like about them. As you know, that's important with electronic music.
Yeah.
So, all right. First question. Our first song. This is for you.
Oh God!
If he gets it right, Pat, you got to deliver him that bag. That's his Name That Video Part prize bag.
Okay.
If he doesn't, just let it sit there.
Okay.
Kind of a meatball, I think. Sorry, I did this one last minute. What's your confidence 0 through 10?
It just depends. I've like worshipped so many videos, but I mean, I kind of grew up in Europe, and it's just a little bit different movies, of course. Like we didn't get our hands on many of the American movies, so we'll see. But I mean, depends on which era as well.
Okay.
Oh shit! No.
You don't know that one?
No.
You don't know that video part?
Shit. I feel so bad right now.
That's your own video part.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's your own video part.
Is it like pitched down or something like that?
It's horrible quality. I couldn't rip it off of YouTube, so I had to record it like with my phone. Bitch, I'm David Bowie. It's either Dam or Tobo or one of those. I can't remember. It's one of the projects you did with Halldór.
Oh my God, I can't believe I don't even know. I feel kind of better that it's my own video part.
Here's the thing that I love.
Somebody else, it would have been worse.
I wasn't sure where you'd be at, and the thing that I love is that you are an elite category right now. Jamie Anderson didn't get her own video part. Big Mountain Jeremy Jones didn't get his own video part. And wow, there's another one too. I can't remember, but you are the fourth in an elite category of people who have not got their own video part.
So I kind of win something.
You actually kind of win by not getting it.
Okay,
so
that's pretty
congratulations.
sick.
So you know
I'm
what?
actually pretty stoked on that.
Go ahead and grab him.
Up there at the big guys.
Just gotta claim that.
Yeah, that's huge. We got you a Herschel bag. Courtesy of Hayden the Tool Wrench, and it's filled with bomb hole merch. You got some smelling salts in there.
Thank you so much.
You can put a labor case. It would be great for transporting labor case if needed.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Jeez.
You got probably some hats. I don't know. Danny packed it. So
yes. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. You lost, but you won.
Well, I'm in the elite group of people not knowing their own video parts.
Yes,
I'm pretty stoked on that. That's kind of a pretty heavy claim.
Yep,
but I feel good that it wasn't anybody else's part that I.
Oh no, that was in Master Bait. What's it called?
Masturbatable.
Masturbable. That's your part in Masturbate-table. That's your part in Masturbate-table. So just to be clear.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I did it 5 minutes before you walked in here. That's why I'm sorry about the quality. Same.
Good.
This is also shit quality as well. This is for our listeners. This isn't for you. If you listeners know this song and the video part, comment on the photo of Ethan on Instagram, and you'll get a prize pack that consists of a sticker that says, I want to name that video part, and all I got was this stupid sticker. Good luck. Okay. Thank you guys for playing. Name that video part. Now, Pat, you mentioned something interesting about that super park aforementioned.
Yeah, so I had to make sure it was the same one. I was there, and I know this because I asked you guys about the Halldór chandelier debacle. And I remember being young and watching Halldór going ape shit, and yeah, he was hanging from a glass chandelier and pulled it down to the floor, and then I just remember the cops were looking for him for maybe the rest of the night or something.
We have video evidence. Theo Muse was out there filming everything that night, and we watched it the next day, which was the most beautiful thing ever. If you get like super blacked out drunk and you have video evidence of the whole night, we know exactly what happened.
Yeah,
he was on the dance floor underneath the chandelier when it happened, and this random dude walks in, grabs it, pulls it down, and walks away. And then I was stomping on it and shit, and we were just like breaking it.
Stomping on the chandelier?
Yeah, and then Halldór comes up and wraps it around his neck and is just like walking around, and everybody's screaming, Halldór, Halldór. And because he won standout. Yeah. And
is this at La Canucky or something? Where is this at? Probably one of those. There's only like 5 bars in Mammoth.
I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, it was so funny. And then we all got kicked out. Everybody got kicked out because the party got so out of hand. And he was like standing on this rock outside while it's snowing, and everybody's screaming his name, and he's got the chandelier, and he's just so hyped. Like, they're not even holding up the prize that he won standout, just the chandelier. He's more stoked on that than anything else. And then the cops were looking for him as well. Yeah, we kind of bounced and went to our house or something. I can't remember exactly what.
Fuck, that was so sick to see as a youngin'. I was like, this is fucking
legendary,
baby. This is sick.
That was definitely a snowboarding week for us as well. It was so fun.
So dope.
I love it. All right, we have a guest question from your dad.
Oh, shit.
Billy.
Bill.
Big Bill.
Can we give him an air horn?
Big Bill. You know what? Let's give him the super air horn.
Yeah, let's give him the super air horn.
How do we? Let me find that thing. Here we go. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Billy Morgan. Or did your dad do the first?
Yeah,
whatever?
he did the first quad. Yeah.
First quad, yeah.
Yeah, we've been. He's my coach, so. Like,
Your dad's a character. It was great chatting with him. All right, here we go.
Hey, Ethan, this is your dad. Just want to check to make sure you've booked your flight home and you know exactly what time it leaves and the actual day that it leaves. So just let me know so we should maybe pick you up at the airport.
Oh, God, yeah. Luckily, Kara booked that flight for me, so... So that was all good. I think I'm flying out Monday. I should double check again one more time, but I have been having an issue with booking flights lately. I booked a flight from New Zealand to Australia just now, like a couple months ago, and then I booked a one-way ticket back again. But then I got to the airport. Then I wanted to change that flight because I wanted to stay a couple days extra because I just went out to Tessa's event and we were just on a bender, and I didn't get to snowboard at all while I was there. And then I got 2 days of snowboarding, which was dope. And then I went to the airport with Renee and got to the airport, and I didn't have a flight because my flight was a month later. And then I had to book a flight on site. And then I went to New Zealand again and then went back home. And then I just recently when I went to Stockholm, I accidentally booked 2 flights in the wrong month. And got to the airport because I was flying to Helsinki because I had a gig there, and then I went to Stockholm right after. But both of those flights were like direct flights, just one way, and yeah, they were both a month later. So
Wrong month is
Yeah, I need
legendary.
somebody who's booking my shit because
Fantastic.
it's so bad.
Yeah. Wrong day? Is it tomorrow? No, wrong month, actually.
That's
Not even
where
close.
maybe diesel management. maybe?
Diesel management, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll collect a healthy fee, but yeah, I can take care of you in that department. I love it. Well, let's keep moving because we were talking snowboarding, minimal snowboard talk, which has been fantastic. So I want to get back into that because we talked about, Nike Never Not, Burn and Budge. And then where do we go from there, Ethan?
Oh yeah, I mean, to get to that, actually, Nike Never Not was kind of a funny year in general because John Weaver, our team manager, said to me, like, okay, if you want to film for this, you have to try to qualify for Olympics. And I was like, okay, God, I guess I'll do it. Like, whatever. I'm just stoked to film. So Halldór was like, I'm just kind of interested, like, they gave me the opportunity to film for it, which was huge for me. Halldór was obviously going to film for it, but he was like, I'm kind of interested to try it as well. And then we kind of teamed up. We were like our own team in a way. And we would just be filming all season, like street and backcountry, and never trained. We didn't like do any tricks. We just like would hit our pow jumps and do some like the trick once and land it and be like stoked. But never go to park, never ride park in general. We sucked. We so sucked. We were so bad. We showed up to the first, but also we didn't give a fuck really. We showed up to the Grand Prix in Copper, the first World Cup kind of qualifier. We showed up 2 days late in an RV full of Icelandic people. We invented the RV juice in that week, which is like, it's pretty much just a Long Island iced tea with a shot of whiskey, which got us super fucked up.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It actually tasted really good, but you just drink 1 cup and you would be blacked out pretty much. And damn, I sound like an alcoholic here. I was giving Lolo shit for her, like, yeah, you sound like an alcoholic a little bit. No, I was like hearing myself like, oh shit, okay. No, but yeah, then we'd like show up, no helmets. We'd go to Walmart, buy some pink children's bicycle helmets and just rock up and do like dead lung butters in between the features and stuff, like not giving a fuck about anything. And it was a great time. We were just like, everybody was looking at us like, what is going on? What are these people doing? And yeah, I remember like the last stop as well was in Stoneham, and we were just so over it. We were so bummed. I landed on my back on the deck of the jump on a back 10 and just came down the landing claiming this was my last qualifier run, that I was like so stoked it's over.
And your back. Undercooked it a little.
Yeah. Yeah, we like went straight and got some weed right away because we were like drug tested. So we were like, oh, we got to smoke some right now. Like we've been like sober for so long. It was so annoying. And like I remember Halldór stealing a vodka bottle that night and just getting absolutely fucking smashed. And he like walks into the hotel lobby, and then there was like what's his name, that Swiss kid, pipe rider.
Oh yeah,
he has a band or had a band or something. What's his name again? Shit,
Pat.
Yeah,
Pat something.
Yeah. Let's just say
we'll just say Pat.
Yeah, Pat. He's dope, but like, it was just funny because he was like in the lobby. Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
He was in the lobby playing guitar, super emotional music, and everybody was standing around him and was like, oh my God, this is so sick. And then Halldór and I walk in, and Halldór is fucked. I had to carry him because he was too drunk. I was drunk as well, but he was like, he chugged half of a bottle by himself, or like maybe even the full bottle. And, he like walks in and just starts screaming and like slapping this snowman statue that was in there and just like, shut your mouth, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then he walks up to Pat and grabs his guitar and tries to yank it out of his hand while he's like playing some super emotional tunes and just screaming at him. And then there was Antoine Trouchon that was like sleeping on the couch, and then he just like pulls pants down, sat on his face. And then we just go to the room and he just like takes all of his clothes off and passes out. That was our last Olympic stop.
So did you qualify?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell, we were so far off. Yeah. We were so far off. Like every stop we sucked. Like I don't even think I made it to finals once. But I just didn't care. I mean, I was just like, dude, I went through this shit once and it's so miserable. It just sucked out so much of my love to snowboarding. So I just like wanted to take the piss out of it. We were like rocking fuck fist stickers and stuff on our boards while riding World Cup. Like we were just like having a good time, and like if we would have made it, sick, but the chances are pretty slim. I mean, we'll get to that next try later on, I guess, where I tried for Olympics for the third time.
Going back to Nike Never Not,
Yeah.
One of the standout clips in the movie, I feel like, is that front 10 double nose into POW.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I was stoked on that one. That was like first day of going to this top secret zone. We got in big trouble from the locals there that we were there that day with Sage and it was Diggles and Cyril. And we just built like the perfect jump, that's what it's called. And yeah, did a back 10 first try. I was like, whoa, shit, okay. And then did that. It was 3 tries and I was like, whoa, okay, that was fucking crazy. I'd never tried that trick before, really. Yeah, so thank you. I was stoked on that for sure. And yeah, it was cool. I was so honored to be in that movie because that was an amazing film for sure. I was really stoked. It was really cool.
And it seemed like years following that, you linked up with Halldór. And I would like to know, can you walk me through just a typical day filming with Halldór? What does that look like?
Wow. It's beautiful, as he would say. So beautiful. It's crazy. It's so fun. Like, you would go up and, you know, you just... Okay, this is one thing. I told you about this one. Yeah. Holy shit.
I was
this is
gonna ask about this.
Yeah, you were going to ask about this. This is so funny. So this is a typical day. We were filming for Never Not in Aalborg. And it was Joe Carlino, Mark Dangler, Jed Anderson, Halldór, and I. Crazy crew. Like, big honor filming with Jed as well, in POW especially. That was so sick. And especially Halldór, of course. First day, we rock up to the van. We all have our gear. We're all set up and stoked, and weather's looking good. We just got some fresh snow. He rocks up with a plastic bag with his shovel, probe, and beacon in it. We're like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? And then he goes up to his room, gets like this shitty backpack that has like a fold top kind of thing, and like just chucks everything in there. It's still like a bunch of random shit in there, of course. And then we ride down after hitting this jump, and like on the way down, he tomahawks off of this cliff just like while we're cruising down. And just yard sale, just everything exploded everywhere. It was just like small fucking random shit just everywhere. Yeah, that was like a classic day. And then like I remember he did like a nollie off the jump with an open jacket, trying to shout out to MFM there. And like it's just random. It's super fun though. Like you always have a great time, but then you're also like some days you'll be. I remember going to this one spot in France with him. We built this jump and. Like, I got a trick, I'm stoked, and he's standing at the top, and he's like, okay, I'm going to try something, guys. I have no idea what's going to happen now. And then he does like that. I don't know if you remember the Future of Yesterday, where he had like this backflip nose grab to backflip late 360. He did that first try.
It's like the double back rodeo looking thing?
Yeah. It was like a trick that I just saw on Instagram. Kala did that, like Yarpelito. But that was just... He's never tried it before, has no idea what he's doing. We had no access to airbags back then, so he was just like having this shit in his head, and he just lands it perfectly first try. It was unreal to watch him snowboard. It was crazy. He's so talented. It's insane. And it just gets you psyched as well because he's always psyched, and we're just juiced in general. It's a great time always with him. And it's been like a couple years now where I haven't been really filming with him much because he's been doing his thing, I've been doing my thing. But last year I went on a trip with the whole Yes crew to Italy, and it was just so refreshing again being back with him and just hanging out and shredding and getting clips and just fucking around. I mean, we had Gimp Man come out and stuff, and Gimp Man was doing some methods, like breaking world longest record of method in the world, so that was pretty dope. And just filming intros with me, like with Gimp Man just being naked and with his mask on and shit, running around the corridors, and it's so fun. It's just always loose and fun, but you always get shit done because everybody's always having an amazing time. So it's not like serious, never. It's never serious. Like maybe like the first hits, everybody's always a little bit sketched out if it's a big jump or something, but yeah, it's always fun. I love that whole crew. They're amazing. Yeah.
It seemed like you guys went on a run of making videos together.
Yeah, we did sexual snowboarding.
Yep.
With Johannes, the best filmmaker of all times. He's so sick. It was super cool to see him in Stockholm again. He's been doing stand up now, and it's just fun. He's an amazing person to be around. But yeah, we always had some great times. Like we filmed for No Tobo, Masturbatable. And and what else did we do? This just happened. Dayam? No, Dayam was Sage and Halldór only.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it was great times always. We just vibed always, and it was super fun.
Okay, guys, this episode is sponsored by Vaer watches, which I'm currently wearing. Look at that bad boy, sleek. Vaer is a unique Southern California-based watch brand. The C5 Tactical Field Solar is their best-selling watch in their entire collection. And what is unique about these watches is that they are solar-powered, and they harness light from various sources, including sunlight and artificial light. 6 hours of direct sunlight provides 6 months of power. They're also water-resistant, which makes them suitable for swimming, surfing, and other water activities. They all feature scratch-resistant sapphire crystal, providing durability and clear visibility under various light conditions. And you can't forget about the interchangeable straps. To learn more, go get your own at vaerwatches.com. VAER watches.com.
Okay, big news from our friends over at Mammoth Mountain. They are now open for the 24-25 season, and they've got big changes. A reinvigorated, brand new main park layout with new features, more jumps, and brand new jibs. Mammoth is also bringing back the hemlocks on the backside of the mountain. You're going to have to hike a little bit. You're going to have to unstrap, but don't worry, because picture this: a freestyle big mountain paradise with a little bit of help from park crew. If you like what you're hearing, check out mammothmountain.com for current deals and to check out their loaded events calendar for the season. That's mammothmountain.com.
All right, we're going to interrupt this programming to talk about one of my favorite brands, Autumn Headwear. Their motto is Style Matters, and it shows. If you look at their team, they got some of the most stylish riders on the planet. It's rider-owned. This is a brand owned by snowboarders. Brad Alband is the genius behind it. He's done great work over there. And they have great fits on the beanies, most importantly. You know, here at the Bomb Hole, we love what we call a deep resi fit, the reservoir tip, so to speak. So they have the surplus fit, which is kind of a resi. They have the shorty fit, which is shallow. You might catch Silk D wearing one of those. They also have the simple fit that's right in between. And I was just on their website. The apparel is impeccable. So great company, rider owned. If you're interested in getting a great beanie this winter, head on over to autumnheadwear.com and use promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off your order, and keep that dome piece looking great with an autumn bonnet. All right, we're going to talk about Herschel outdoor equipment. You may have seen them. We give them to all of our guests that win Name That Video part. Pack them full of Bomb Hole merch. They are sleek, and they're introducing a brand new performance line for travel and the outdoors. They got Alpine inspired and designed with multi-functionality for the first chair or last minute flight. I personally use all Herschel gear when I travel. I use the roller bag. I use the big roller bag. They got great backpacks. And the one thing I like, you can take your backpack and slide it over your roller bag, and you can be a true pro traveler. All their stuff's really well made, and they're building a team. They got Arthur Longo and the Dust Box on board already. So if you're interested in getting some sleek new travel gear, check out Herschel.com.
Yeah, so I was just I was lucky enough to go on like a premiere tour with the Yes family for the video. Also had an insane good time with Halldór. He's the fucking man. But some of my favorite clips are you wearing a Gimp mask in that, and it's fucking hilarious. But I feel like, Kuski, is that how you say his name?
Kuski, yeah.
Kuski. He edits the videos so nice and captures the vibe well.
So
and then he also edited your movie.
Yeah.
2 of the sickest movies just make you want to go snowboard. I could tell you guys are having fun. And I feel like that's what a snowboard movie should make you want to do, you know?
Yeah, Kuski really brings that over so well.
There's a lot of videos that are very more serious. And it's like when I see those videos, it's so refreshing. Because it's like, I want to fucking ride with this crew. Like, they're having so much fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so by the time this podcast comes out, your video will be out. It's called The Ride, and this thing is a fucking ride. It is a ride. You told me to watch it with the music very loud. I had a sleeping baby, so I didn't get the full experience, but I did. I'll just say this, for those who haven't seen it, my wife said it was the most entertaining snowboard video she's ever seen.
Thank you so much.
And she knows nothing about snowboarding, but she loved it. So
sick. That's so sick to hear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what's the because explain the concept for people that haven't seen it or are interested in it.
So, as I've been saying before, I like to DJ. It's a massive hobby of mine. I like nerd out at home all the time and just play for hours and hours and I just love it. So I wanted to bring in something combining both worlds. And 4 years ago, I heard this one record that I just randomly found that somebody gave me. And there was like an acapella thing on it. And it's just like this dude talking about the ride. And that's the intro of the movie. And I was like, yo, like right when I heard that, I was like, I have to do something cool with this. And then I just came up with the idea of making like a 30-minute set that like is kind of planned out every song to the specific kind of riding I want to have in this song. And it was like really refreshing and fun, stressful as well for sure, because it's like we had to work the other way around. And the other way means like we have the song, we have the vision, we know exactly how it's supposed to look like, but I just, you just got to start filming and just get those things and just like tick off boxes. And like, it's like you're filming for a storyline kind of, which the movie kind of embraces, I guess. It is kind of more like a storyline rather than, but it's not really, nobody's talking or anything. It's just, it's a trip. And so it evolved over the last 4 years how I wanted to make it. The DJ set I changed like 10 times probably to make it the way I want it to be. And yeah, I just practiced it a shit ton, and then we filmed the DJ set after I had the DJ set already ready like 2 years ago, kind of roughly how I wanted it, and then in the summer just now I fully recorded it and filmed it, and or I guess I'm gonna release that set as well as a raw file kind of thing, and yeah, so the idea was just kind of that the movie kind of flows the whole way in a way. So it's never really breaks or anything. It's just always flowing. But also my idea then started becoming like I wanted to have different types of filming throughout the whole movie. So like I had the first part is like POW part. So it's like quite crisp, clean shots, like red cameras and whatnot. And then the next part was like I think a mix of everything, like with the AC 160 and the depth lens and VX footy and 8mm. And then it would be red again. And then it would be fully VX. And then it would be AC 160, and then it would be like some trippy shit, and then we go into 16mm. So I wanted to like kind of get everything from all filming sides, so like everybody I worked with as well. So there's like a bunch of different filmers I worked with on this, and this was kind of the idea. Like I don't know if you've seen that, the Transworld cinematographer project.
Yeah,
that was kind of what we were basing it off a little bit, but that it flows naturally the whole way, so that it's like everybody has their own part. Some parts are mixed with a bunch of different filmers because it was like sometimes it's hard back home to like get a filmer always, or then it would be one trip with somebody like Seb Judge filmed one, Yarsi who filmed Rene's movie filmed the 16mm stuff, Kuska filmed a couple clips, but then he edited everything in the end. So like it was like a teamwork thing, and I always gave everybody full freedom. I just said, this is your part song, go crazy, do whatever you think is best for this. I'm gonna just do the snowboarding the way I normally do, and there's like a couple like clips that I really need to get, so I'll like kind of like make sure that we get these transition clips. So like yeah, every song is like transitioning into the next one. You need some kind of transition that works really well.
How many filmers total?
Oh dude, I don't know, man. There were so many.
So sick.
Yeah, it was like I would say like 10, 12, 13 filmers, something like that. I can't remember actually.
So dope.
I mean, there were so many filmers and it was just so amazing filming with all of them. We had such good times always, and it's like only, instead of filming with one filmer the whole season and that's their vision, I had my vision and I got to share it with them and also be on different types of trips every month, like always just changing it up, and it'd be always fresh crews. And I'd bring people along, like Lolo and I went to Poland with Seb Judge, and then I went to Sweden with Rene and Yarsi, and it was just so refreshing all the time, and really I had a great time. Mm-hmm. And which was also good. Like, I mean, it was a 2-year project, but the first year I kind of did like a couple of things only. Didn't really film too much. I went on one longer trip with Yarsi by myself because Rene was injured. So like I was like trying to get some 16mm footage, and we were like, let's go. We went to Norway and Sweden. And then the next year I was like, okay, Street Jam is happening in Stockholm. I can kind of focus a little more on this. And also, I asked all my sponsors if it's cool. I deleted Instagram for 8 months, I think. Didn't like touch it once, which was really refreshing, by the way. If you ever get off of the gram, it's so beautiful. I really could focus and just be myself and just enjoy the season. It was one of the funnest seasons I've had in a long time, honestly. It was definitely stressful, like building up to it and trying to like fill the holes, kind of. But now, like, I've never been this nervous in my life in Stockholm for the world premiere, and I haven't seen the movie myself.
You haven't seen it?
I know I have seen it, but like before I saw it in the premiere, so I was like super nervous. Seen the movie for the first time, and then I had to get straight behind the DJ decks and start playing in front of like all the homies, and I didn't want to fuck that up either. I get a little bit nervous always before playing in general, but when it's all the homies, you want to play good and impress them a little bit and get them stoked and have a good time. But then also like with the movie, I was done after that. I went to the bar for a second and like wanted to talk to somebody, like wanted to get a beer, and like people just gathered around me, and I was like, I got to get out of here. And I just like sat behind the DJ booth with while my friend was playing, and I was just like by myself, just like, leave me alone, please.
Yeah, I can confirm, like, being there, your first time seeing it too, but like we were all fucking tripping in that bar watching that, and it was such a fun party when he played after as well. So
thank you.
Yeah, so refreshing.
Refreshing is a good word. I think that's good to talk about too, because in this world, it is like generally I see a lot of just copy paste formula for snowboard videos. Like, okay, I like this video, let's replicate that. And you see a lot of people that are carbon copies of each other too, and that's just human nature. But I like how you just leaned into who you truly are. It's funny, you laugh, you have fucking savage A grades in there. Thank you. And then one of the takeaways that I thought was different, that, you know, just like a civilian watching it and taking it in, like, you don't see snowboard movies where the soundtrack is seamless, like that seamless. You know, you don't even really notice a transition, like where that's DJ shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's really, a full, like, it's.
Yeah.
I didn't chop anything up there. It's just full on DJ set.
I thought that was really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think it's just I love that you just leaned into who you are. That's who you are, and you executed your concept, and it's refreshing, and I fucking love it, dude.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
And like it's funny because if you're listening to this, you're like, we've really only been talking about stories of you getting like absolutely fucking annihilated and like urinating in a fucking tarmac of an airport or whatever. But like your tricks are still fucking savage, dude. That opening powder section.
Thank you.
Dude, you went buck chulo for that thing.
Thank you.
That first jump's a jacker. Dude.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was so fun. Holy shit. I love going big on that kind of shit.
Equal balance of party fun and as well as like fucking good work ethic and, and clips.
I mean, you know how it is. We all know how it is. Like, you're never happy with the clips in the end, but like, I mean, I was just more or less, I would have been stoked on a couple more clips, of course. Like, that would have been some hammers, but in the end, I was just stoked on how it all came together as a whole. And I gotta say, like, with all the graphic design shit that Seppi Schuller made, like, crazy weird shit. I just told him, do whatever, do you. And if you look at all those graphic design things and you just try to imagine who that person is, just watch those graphic designs and you'll know that's that dude. You know, he's crazy.
Yeah, fucking what, like dolphins, horses,
like gorillas handshaking people in the office. It's like
80s weird, like it's cool little clip art stuff. Yeah, it's really awesome. I loved it. I kind of pictured it too as a video that you could be at a nightclub in fucking Slovakia and it could just be on the screen and it would work
kind
too.
Of the idea, yeah.
You know, like I just picture it looping in like a club.
Yeah, I mean, I got a premiere next weekend in Budapest and then in Prague, and we're trying to get one sorted for London right now. And I kind of like been trying to also make these premieres more like music based. Like, we had one a week ago or 2 weeks ago in Innsbruck, and I like invited these really big DJs, Robin Tazi and Krakow from Dortmund, and it's just like, it's sick to like kind of combine those two worlds that I'm in right now. Like, I'm kind of like tapping into it. It's not like I'm trying to make it in the music thing. I just love it so much, so I just do it a lot. And I'm just starstruck when I see all these DJs, just as much as I'm like sitting here with you as well, and like and with you, and just like I'm such a nerd about snowboarding, but I'm also a nerd about DJing. And it's just really cool bringing those both worlds together and creating parties then that are just like full on raves. And I mean, that's what I love, so I wanted to show that to everybody. And I think it's cool when I bring in like some big DJs, and then the people come because they just want to see the DJs, and then they see this movie and they're like, oh wow, snowboarding's pretty sick actually. And vice versa, people who like snowboarding might be like, oh shit, kind of down with the track. It's like, it's pretty sick. So I'm trying to like get both sides kind of hyped on it, kind of, and I don't know. I feel like it kind of works. I mean, there's for sure some people that might not like the music, but it's hard. It's hard techno.
But that's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
But that's me. Exactly. I don't care. I don't care. In the end, I don't care. So I'm like, I just wanted to do it more for myself. It was just this idea, and that's what happened.
Well, yeah, most fun parties I've been to. So thanks for
Thank
fucking hosting some good times. Yeah,
Thank you.
good
And there's a lot of
memories.
similarities between music and snowboarding and being creative and
like
the feeling.
The feeling of a seamless transition is like just like a nice transition that you haven't done before, maybe like you just like link two tracks together that works so well. It's kind of like stomping a dope ass trick in the park, or even sometimes if you figure something out that's like really crazy, it's like I'm standing by myself in my apartment and just losing it because I'm just like, this is insane. This is going to sound so good. And then you just practice it a bunch and then you play it in the club. And then
you just landed a front double 10 note.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. It's so sick. It's so many similarities, and you're doing it for yourself, but you're showing it to other people as well, and everybody else can enjoy it as well, just as much as when you film snowboard shit and then you go out and show your video and everybody enjoys it, and that gives you a great feeling as well.
Totally. If you think about it too, if you're to, like, I've asked myself this, like, what is the coolest job in the world? Like, what is, if you could pick one thing in the world that would be the sickest? Like, I think being like a rock star or like a DJ on a big level, and just the people being so happy to see you and hear the music that you play and the energy that creates, like, is so fucking, it's pretty fucking cool.
It's cool. Like, I don't know. It's crazy though. I have like talked to some DJs about this, some big ones, and I asked them like, seriously, like, how is it? And they're just like, dude, it's fucking crazy. Like, maybe not in the best way sometimes. It's like pretty heavy if you're flying from one city to the next and you like only have like quick acquaintances with everybody. You have like your crew you kind of hang out with maybe, but like, I don't know, it seems like it's pretty hectic as well. So like, it's not like I'm trying to do it because I want to become that or something. I'm just doing it because I love it. But same with snowboarding. And I mean, now I'm sitting here at the bomb hole with you guys, which I'm insanely honored. It doesn't even feel like it's just me in the end. But like, I don't know, it's just crazy. That shit can go south sometimes. I feel like, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, like somebody like a Sean White or something, like he's gone probably to some weird shit because he's that guy, you know.
Good point.
And maybe it's not as enjoyable and people like see you differently, or I don't know. I mean, it's just, in the end, if you're just doing what you're loving and you can enjoy that and it doesn't go too far the wrong direction, then it's sick. So like, I definitely would love to be able to go like, yeah, I want to go on that stop and DJ there, and then go snowboard for a week here and then do that. That would be kind of my dream. And it kind of is what's happening right now. So I'm kind of like pretty stoked on what's going on right now.
You're kind of fucking nailing it, Ethan.
Yep.
Thank you.
DJ, AJ.
So you could say snowboarding is maybe the coolest job in the world.
I think,
And then
honestly,
DJing on the side.
I was going to say that, honestly. Like, yeah, snowboarding is, to me, the coolest job in the world. Like, we're in the nature. We're in the streets fucking around like little kids. We can ride in the park with the homies. We can ride POW in the resort. Parties are included in our job pretty much. It's like, you almost got to have that in your resume, almost like where you blacked out and what. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I love snowboarding so
Well,
much.
keep doing you, because
Thank you.
yeah, it's fucking so sick.
Also, catching air is sweet.
Yes.
Catching air.
Oh yeah, catching air is the best. Oh my god,
Dude, I feel like you have insane air awareness. Did you?
No.
How did you? No, you don't. Like,
No.
back rodeo nines. How do you gotta know what's going on in the air to do that one?
I mean, so funny side thing, I guess. I was a cook for a while at Banger Park, and Banger Park is that dry slope into airbag landing summer training facility thing in Austria. Like, it's literally 5 minutes away from my parents' house. And I was looking for a job because I was kind of broke, and they just offered me like, hey, like, what about like kitchen? And I'm like, I love to cook, but I'm vegetarian. And he's like, well, I'm vegan. And I was like, perfect. Okay, let's go. And I ran a restaurant for 3 months, and I had no idea what I was doing. Like, absolutely no clue. And I was by myself. I didn't even have somebody serving food and stuff for me. I was bringing out the food. And eventually I had somebody come in to work as well with me that was like serving stuff. It was crazy. But yeah, and in my breaks, I would go to the airbag all the time just because it's fun. I love it. I don't like give a shit if people say it's like cheating or whatever. It's fucking fun. You go out there. I bring my speakers up there, blast techno music, and just start chucking with my homies. And just, it's like what I like to explain it is it's like a jump into an endless POW landing, which you can't land on, which like even on a fun little POW jump, you'll have a hoot and a holler if you land on your head. Yep. Sometimes, if it's deep enough at least.
Yep.
So that's pretty much what it is, and I love it, and it's super fun. I mean, there's for sure those stressed out contest kiddies that are just repeating their tricks over and over again. Like, I don't get that, but you do you. But yeah, I definitely had some air awareness there, but that year I filmed for Freeman's show after that summer, and I didn't land a goddamn trick. I was so bad. I was trying the craziest tricks ever that I've never tried before, and I just couldn't land it. I would like literally lost the ability of landing because I was hitting the airbag so much. Because you just get used to it, like just like slipping out, you know. You just like you get too cozy.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got to ask too, your sister's obviously had massive success in slopestyle, and
she's killing it.
And she's killing it. Like watching her at Olympics and X Games or like LAAX Open or anything, like it's got to be cool to see that.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so sick. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, she's 10 years younger than I am, and it just like slowly came about, and then just suddenly, boom, it just clicked for her. And I didn't really get to ride much with her back then because I was so busy. I was so busy traveling all the time and doing contests and filming and whatnot, and it was such a bummer for me that I couldn't get to. And now we're at this point where I'm like bringing her out to the backcountry the first time and bringing her to the streets and showing her that side of snowboarding, and just watching her is just, yeah, it's amazing. It's so sick to see. Like,
she's got a fire clip in the movie.
The double backy?
Double backy is so dope.
Very good.
What about like you nervous when you're watching a slopestyle final?
I think she's got it. I'm just always standing there. Please knuckle the front flip. Please do that one. Because you've done that once somewhere, and I was so juiced. Like, that is what I want to see. Come on. And then at the Olympics, I was so bummed. We were all like sending her voice messages and calling her like, "Where was the knuckle front flip at the big air? Come on, you could have won."
So good. That's incredible. All right, I have another note here. This is from your sister. She wanted to bring up. What's your most memorable encounter with Bernie Sanders' son-in-law? I don't know where this goes, but judging by his reaction, it's got to be good.
I'd love to hear this.
We're going back into the nitty-gritty shit again. So, sorry. This is World Champs in Oslo, the event that Terry put on. Halldór kind of fucked his foot at the slopestyle. I think I won qualifiers there. I was pretty stoked, and I had like definitely fell. I think I got 8th place in the finals then, or like maybe 4th or something, or 6th. I never made it to the podium in any slopestyle ever. I was really bad always. I was always like kind of on the fringe of maybe getting there, but I never had enough to do. But yeah, whatever. So after party at the hotel, or like it wasn't at the hotel, it was someplace I can't remember exactly, but we were all sitting on this round, big ass table, and Halldór was injured, so he was using crutches, and I was like, I got up again, like, shit, I gotta take a piss again. And then he's like, bro, don't worry about it. Look on the floor. I've been pissing underneath this table the whole time. And I just looked out, and it's a fucking puddle. I'm like, whoa. I mean, he didn't want to get up. I get that. But like, because he was injured, and the line to the bathroom was super long. So he just went for it. And I'm like, whoa, that's genius. All right. He was such a bad influence for me. It's insane. Everything he said to me, I would do it. I would be like, okay, cool. If Halldór says so, I'll do it. And so I like take out my dick and start pissing, but I didn't really think of this one through. I started pissing up, so like, but underneath the table still, so you couldn't see me. But I pissed up onto the table, like, so it's like underneath, and it's trickled along the whole table. And Dave Driscoll, TM from Nike, was sitting on the other side, who's I guess is what I heard is Bernie Sanders' son-in-law. And he just jolts up, my Jordans. Fuck, my Jordans. And then like some of the girls from the One Love crew or whatever that crew was called were there, and they hated me so much afterwards. I kind of got lucky because I had to apologize to Driscoll afterwards, like sincerely, and like, yo, I'm so sorry. That was just a weird situation to be in, blah, blah, blah. And it's just dumb. And but I kind of had a good card. I'm sorry, Weaver, that I've got to put this out. But a couple days before, he got so fucked up, John Weaver, and apparently he was like pissing all over the lobby as well. So like, kind of got away with it because he did that before. So
you're all good.
Get out of jail free.
Yeah, I was kind of a get out of jail free card for sure. Sorry, Weaver, that I had to say that.
A lot of urine. Covered a lot of urine topics.
Yeah.
A lot of urination. I love it. You mentioned prior that there was a third Olympic run.
Oh yeah. So Annika and I made Meet the Morgans, this 3-episode series thing. That was pretty fun. That was like the first time I took her out in the backcountry, and I just kind of taught her everything. But she was qualifying for Olympics, and I had this idea that I should try to qualify for Olympics after 10 years of not being in slope style.
Pyeongchang, which one's this?
This was, wait, no.
Not Sochi.
Yeah, Pyeongchang.
Yeah, Pyeongchang. Yeah.
No.
The one
Beijing.
red
Beijing.
one. Beijing, okay.
Yeah, Beijing. And yeah, I just, so I started going to Euro Cups, and I was shocked. I was like after 10 years of not being involved in this, like it was pretty shitty back then, but seeing it now, it is so crazy. It is so gnarly. Like I would show up 8 a.m. for practice. You get 2 runs, maybe even only just 1. It's brick. Its shadows are still casted over the whole course, and kids are chucking triples in practice at 8 a.m. And I'm standing there doing like a fucking rodeo 540 or something, decking on the landing, and just like, what is going on? And you don't make it to finals of a Euro Cup if you don't do a triple. It's insane. It's just, and then the whole background about it, everything is just crazy. I mean, I kept going because I always had a filmer with me, so we were just like fucking around and just kind of shooting the shit, just taking the piss out of it. But there was a small part of me that really wanted it because I did already try it twice, and I was so close the first time, so I really wanted to just get that out of the way, kind of, just so that I could like, because like I remember the first Olympics in Vancouver, I really, really wanted to, because I was riding for Forum at the time, and they had one board that had the base on there with drugs on the bottom. I would have just loved to bust a method on the first hit. Drugs would have been so sick. It would have been so shit like that. Nobody has the balls to do that shit.
You're totally right. Yeah.
It's so sick. Like you want to like, I don't care about winning or anything. I just want to be there and show up and be that dick. And yeah, it's so yeah, I just kept on doing a couple more of them, and then eventually I just like realized I can't even qualify to get to the World Cup. So yeah, I was like, this is stupid.
Nuts.
I went to like Serbia, and I brought Coach Thunder. Actually, he had a comeback there with me. That was super fun. But yeah, there was some weird like bullshit going on there as well. Like some dude, like I was like trying to gather the riders together and get like riders meeting done, because like nowadays it's TC meeting, team captain meeting, and the riders don't have any saying anything. They don't say anything in general. They're all quiet. They're just like sitting there and just like, this is what's happening, I guess. Like it's a shitty course, and this is what's happening. Like we don't really want to ride, but I guess our coaches are saying we have to. So I gathered all the riders and said like, we're doing a riders meeting now, and we're getting the FIS delegate of this event over here, and we're going to talk to him because we're pissed off of what the situation is. We're all coming here paying a lot of money, and we're trying to get points so that we can go make it to the Olympics somehow, and they're just going to call off the contest because there's a little bit of fog in the air, like because the judges can't see. And then we're like trying to figure out ideas and ways how we can make it happen, like, and then they were just like, no, this is not in the protocol, this is not how it works. And then I started like getting deeper into that stuff as well, and started like researching online, and found this judging manual book as well. And I was shocked about that. It's like, it says on the cover, snowboard and ski FIS judging manual. So every trick is listed as ski and snowboard. And it's just like really sad to see that, like, that it's just, there's not really a system happening right now. And nowadays I feel like they are trying to change it because all these crazy weird tricks are popping up, which is really sick. I love seeing that, because like spinning as much as you can is cool and all. Like I'm always down for progression. If you can do a 2160, good for you. That's sick. I don't want to do that, and I never will think about doing that. And I can't relate to that because I can't even count those spins. But it's pretty cool, like, that these tricks are being made up, and people are getting a little bit more crazy about these pullback shit and all that stuff. But the judges are kind of lost right now. I think they don't know really what they're doing. They are asking the riders as well, like, what should we judge? Like, how should we judge? Like, and I just think it needs to be riders that should be judging, instead of just not talking shit on anybody who's judging right now. Like, I have some homies that are judging, and I love them, but like, it's just the people that are riding right now that know all this shit should be doing that, because they can understand what's hard and what's not hard. And it's just, it's just a little bit tough. And with all this progression happening right now, it's just, it's hard to keep up almost. And competition snowboarding is definitely going down this road where I'm like, I don't watch slopestyle and big air anymore, especially big air, like, so lame. But maybe this year when the people are starting doing the crazy tricks, this could be cool. But like, I watch women's, of course, because I'm supporting Annika, and I love watching women's snowboarding in general because the progression that's been happening there is on a different level, and it's so fun, and they're all having a great time as well. You can tell that they're all having a great time, and that's what I love to see, when they're all at the Olympics hugging each other at the bottom, and not everybody's all serious, everybody's loving each other, and they're all there together as a group, and that's what I love to see. But with the men's right now, it's definitely getting into this weird little space where everybody's just like, it's just crazy.
And the thing that's there, where they're really fucking up over at FIS, and there's good people trying to fight an uphill fight over there. There's people that are trying to do good, and it's challenging. But they pay the judges $50 a day. It's
Holy
like
shit.
like, you could come judge a bomb hole cup and make fucking 10x that, and we're a fucking grassroots event, And
that's crazy.
And you think about that, and it's like the thing that's like pretty crucial to the event, who wins, is just like, well, it's an afterthought, or they make it like it's a prestigious thing where it's like, put some energy into the judging here, and no discredit to the judges, because that's a fucking hard job. But I think that the structure of the organization is pretty fucked for not taking care of them personally.
It's just like some people way above that is obviously, they're making probably the big bucks and don't care about it really. They're just like, I guess it works, so let's just keep going. And instead of, and I've thought about like doing some shit to like kind of diss it in a way, or like making some video about it or something, but I just don't want to bring out some negative documentary shit. So in the end, that's where also like DIYX kind of maybe comes into play, where I'm like, fuck it, let's just make our own thing that's going to be dope as fuck. And we are talking about doing some kind of slopestyle event now as well, which could be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, it'd be insane.
Like,
DIYX is for the fucking culture.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, that shit's like not a, that's like, it's almost like a different sport. Like, it's like, there's like snowboarding, and then there's like, like, and not because it's not, I have so much fucking respect. I want to like make that really clear. You don't do a 21 unless you've learned 180, 365, 40, and then 1080. Like, you don't just magically wake up and learn how to do a 21. You have to be fucking insane to be able to spin that much.
Yeah.
But like, the thing is just, it's gotten so crazy, and it's so serious, and there's coaches with iPads that it's like, there's this like, fucking keep going and doing that. I got respect for it, but it also pushes the counterculture, the culture. Like, people buy in, people start snowboarding because of DIYX. They're like, I want to be a part of this fucking thing, I
mean, the reason why I started snowboarding was actually because of competition riding, but that was when I saw Heikki Sorsa, Mohawk, Alley-oop 540, legendary moment. That was like, this is fucking punk rock. I'm so down. There's punk music playing in the background of his run, and he's got a mohawk, and he's going massive and doing sick
got
tricks.
Danny Cass in pipe contests.
Like that shit is dope, and that's what I grew up with. That's what I looked up to, and it's just crazy to see the whole evolution of snowboarding, how it's been changing, and people live for Instagram now as well and stuff, which, I mean, it's a great platform. Don't get me wrong. It's great that you have that opportunity to put yourself out there. But, I mean, it's all about, in the end, it's just about getting the homies together and having a good time. That's exactly what we do. But if you can do that on a bigger scale like we do at DIYX, then it's an amazing time. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. Those events, like the World Cups and stuff, are just not fun.
Yeah. If you do a slope on DIYX, don't start it at 8 in the morning.
What?
But you know what? I
sunrise shooting.
I think this is an interesting conversation, because there's, here we fucking talk about snowboarding all day long. It's a bomb hole, right? So we talk about shit like this. So people are always like, we need to grow the sport. And like, in my opinion, the high level competition isn't growing the sport. I think like, I mean, I've been watching snowboard my whole life. I can't even figure out half the fucking tricks that are happening. But like, I think what does help grow the sport is you're on your local community level, or like things that you can see and touch, like your DIYX, or like back in the day PBRJs, or I think Bombhole Cup. 100%. We have like those things,
grassroots events,
that bring you in. I think that's how you build the community, is by fucking serving the community.
Yeah,
that's it. It's like
100%.
You want to build the culture, well, fucking do things for the culture. It's not rocket science,
I mean, that's what we do at Street Jam as well. Like, we have a lot of random kids, or like a lot of sick riders that we can't invite because we just like, we're low on budgets. We have to like cut down on rider lists and everything. And then so many dope ass riders show up and want to ride as well. Like, of course you can. Like, we're open for anybody. And we've had like in Helsinki, random ass people drop in. I don't care. I think that's sick. I mean, and that's where like I want to bring back the grassroots of DIYX as well, the small events on the hill. And like what you're doing with the Bombhole Cup and everything, that's sick. You get everybody together, and the locals as well and everything. And everybody's just like stoked. This is so fun. This is a great time. And everybody's just like doing shit together. And that's what we need more, instead of like putting all the limelight on the competition thing, because it's crazy and it's insane. And I don't want to talk shit on anybody there, but they're doing fucking crazy shit. But I can't relate. I can't relate. And I'm a pro snowboarder.
100%.
We're all pro snowboarders, and we can't relate to that shit. And imagine a kid who has no idea about snowboarding and watches that shit, and they're just like, okay, that's crazy. I don't want to do that. Like, and then you watch maybe somebody do like a backflip through a hoop of fire, they're maybe like, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. I think though too, going back to competitive snowboarding, my two favorites right now to watch that I think are in a sweet spot, women's slopestyle, is just, they're right in that great degree of difficulty where, and it's like the style's still there. And then men's half pipe, like last year, LAAX Open. You have Ayumu's going huge, doing like a 40-foot triple cork first hit. You got Lil Kitaki, then you got Scotty James doing switch Mickey pullbacks, and then I just seen another homie do this double alley-oop McTwist chicken wing, and or double or McTwist 1080 chicken wing, and it's like there's kind of a ceiling to rotations in the pipe, and so you have to go huge, and it's really dangerous and it's really hard. So I think, like, I'm not trying to discredit. And fucking slopestyle, they're just doing what they have to do to win. These guys are incredible. You watch all of them do a 540, it's unfucking believable.
Yeah, that's so true.
But I think that's just what you have to do if you want to 100%. If you want to win.
But one thing that David Benedict said in his book that he wrote, and that's where I think maybe our thing is going to come into play a little bit. It's not the riders that have to change what tricks they're doing and whatnot. It's the courses.
Yeah.
It's the courses. And they've been kind of bland lately, not going to lie. Like, when the shark fin came out, I was stoked for sure. But, like, that's been running for how many years now? Like, we've been seeing that shit now. Like, get some new shit on the course. And so what we want to do, I mean, it's probably not going to happen this year, unfortunately, but maybe we'll see. We're like, I mean, I don't know if I should be saying too much about this anyway in general. Maybe I have to run by this by Crizzo and see if we should cut it out or not. But I think it would be interesting. We want to do a slope style where we bring in, like, let's say 30 riders, and we have each rider, like, we have 5 different teams or 6 different teams, and then there's 6 different features, and each team has to build a feature themselves, and then the most prize money is on the best feature, which is rider judged. So then really put a lot of effort into making sure that they're motivated to make something dope and creative and crazy and different, so that we can show maybe could also go this direction. You can have some weird ass crazy challenge rail. You could have some crazy ass oververt half pipe barrel jump thing. You know, like, I don't know what the people would make up. Like, I've been surprised every time when I rolled up to the old DIYXs and just like walk around and see what people are making. People have some crazy shit in their mind. And if you have the right kind of people invited for this event, you could get some really cool things, and maybe that would inspire some other people in the competition scene to make the builders to make something cool.
What do you think would make a slopestyle course more exciting?
I think, if it ended with a huge quarter pipe, would be insane.
Yeah, stuff like hip, quarter pipe. Where's that? Where's those gone? Like, I don't have
Here's
that.
Here's my take. Last jump, hems it all kicker, step down.
Big
right?
time. Big time. I've been talking about that for ages
you
now.
got to have a step. And I think you should still, like, you have the regular fine money booter, as they call it. That's like 50-foot jacker. Somebody can do their 16 on it.
Yeah, that's cool to have that
it's
as well.
there. So, because, like, you're going to blow your knee out if you knuckle on this.
Yeah.
So you need to have that. But, like, if you fucking just do a back 5 nose on this fucking thing, it's
that's like winning run.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, that's just a jacker. That's
Go
what I
for
want
like
to
a front side triple or something, and then into a back 1 off of that kind of deal. That's fire. That would be insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like also with the rails and stuff. Like, come on, like. We've seen the 270s and all that stuff now, like, so much. It's crazy. Everybody's like, no offense, you do amazing 450s, of course, but you do them in the street, which is G as fuck. I mean, you kill it anyway, in any way possible, of course. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, in the competition slope style thing, they just do, like, the gap to rail to tap the end of the rail with a quick little whatever, you know, just spin as much as you can as well. Why not do some weird-ass, crazy, like, kind of stair set things with like some crazy rails? I don't know.
It's kind of crazy too how they get judged. They get more points on same way out instead of like a pullback or something.
Exactly.
Or like fucking pretzels.
Yep.
Exactly. Like I've never seen a nose press in a slope style before. Like lately, at least.
Only press I ever seen Winkleman, dude. He'll hit a.
True.
But
Yeah.
other than that, ain't nobody pressing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, good little bench racing topic. I like it.
Yeah, I love talking about that.
I think it's kind of fun if you think about, like, most people make standard issue videos and you're like, I'm going to do the Freeman show. So you're going to make a snowboard video? Well, yeah. But I like it though, you know?
Thank you. Yeah, that was a loose one for sure. I don't know if you knew, I was telling you the other day about, but my release for the movie was pretty sick, actually. I was pretty stoked on that. So it was a 2-year project, and after 1 year of filming, I made the teaser of the teaser of the teaser, and then I made the teaser of the teaser, and then I made the teaser, and then we had a premiere for the teaser, and then the next day we said, the movie is coming out. And the movie, like the teaser was the Ethan Moore, I can't remember exactly what we called the name of it. It was a year before the actual release. So then we released, without saying anything, we released the movie, the Ethan Morgan documentary. And it's like a cover of me doing a spray and just like really simple writing on it, the Ethan Morgan movie or a documentary. Oh yeah, the teaser was for the Ethan Morgan movie, and then we made the Ethan Morgan documentary. It was a 25-minute movie. And pretty much what I did is like play a little bit on Dark Matter intro. And then it's 25 minutes of me in bed laying there. It was so funny because so many people, like, I was like writing in the caption of my Instagram, like, yo, get your homies together, get stoked, get some beers, get some popcorn, you're gonna have a great time. And then some people were sending me videos of them like sitting like 10 people in front of their TV on a couch and just with their beers, super bummed. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like to fuck with people a little bit.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, then after that, well, after a year of filming, and a lot of airbag landing tricks, yeah, we brought it out. And it was kind of a weird one, but I thought it was pretty funny. It was just really fucking raw and weird. I don't know, just me.
Yeah.
That was kind of definitely me, I would say.
Yeah.
So click the link below maybe to watch.
Yeah.
full
Yep.
vid.
Subscribe.
Yep.
Don't forget to hit
Great
your
movie.
thumbs up notifications. Don't miss any episodes. So I want to go back. You did say something in passing that you quit Instagram for 8 months. What did you feel after that? What were the benefits of that experience?
That was crazy. It was pretty cool. Like all the sponsors I like had to hit them up, of course, and tell them like, hey, I'm going to be off Instagram this year. Is it cool? And they were all like super supportive and really down. Because yeah, I mean, we're living in this time where we're influencers, what we pretty much are, kind of. And
Basically Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, we're basically Kim Kardashian. And it's like, I mean, I get really easily, like even right now I have Instagram again, I get sucked into it really quickly and easily. So sometimes I find myself just scrolling for no reason again, and then I have to delete it for like a couple days. I just did it like 2 days ago. I deleted it for 2 days. And in those 2 days even, I was just like feeling so much more like myself again. And yeah, it was super fun because, I mean, on the one hand, I got my head in the sand. I have no idea what's going on. I don't watch news, honestly. Like, I should know what's going on, but every time I watch news, it's always just negative. And it bums me out, like, watching what's happening with the wars and stuff. There's, like, a certain point you can do stuff about those things where you can, like, vote and whatnot, but, I mean, that's it. And then once that's done, you've done your part, and what's happening around you can be something you should be like knowing what's happening, and it's like really sad, and you should be aware of what's happening, but at the same time you got to live your own life and you got to enjoy it to the max. And like, we only have this short span of life that we can enjoy to be on this world. And I don't know, it was really, really refreshing. It was so nice because I could finally focus 100% on what mattered, and that was I wanted to make this movie the movie I wanted to make. And I focused 1000% only on that. And you know, like, you would like be on a trip somewhere. I was like in Turkey, for example, and didn't have Instagram and had no idea what was going on. And it was January, we got some snow, and it was a really, really fun trip. But like, you know, when you're like looking on Instagram and then seeing everybody in Japan, you're like, fuck, they have way better snow than us. Like, shit, we're blowing it over here. This is so bad. Like, and it's so hard to get clips then when you like have this energy in you, or you're just like, shit, this is, yeah, I don't know. It's just so nice when you don't think about anything else but yourself.
And
it's a little bit ego.
Or just where your feet are planted at that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It takes you out of the moment.
Yeah,
I guess.
it takes you way more out of the moment when you're on Instagram always and scrolling through random shit that like, you most of the time just scroll as well. You don't even like really, you're not really wary of what's actually happening on Instagram. You're just like mindlessly going through that shit. And it's just like time, kind of like a thing that blocks your head from thinking about something for a second. And in that time when I didn't have Instagram, I had like, honestly, I had like sleepless nights of just me thinking about shit. And like, when my brain starts going, it goes. It's like, it doesn't stop and I can't sleep. This is not like a bad not sleep night. Like, I'm like thinking about shit and then like getting onto my phone, writing on some notes again, like got some ideas for something. And if it's Street Jam or the movie or whatever it is I'm doing. So my creative side really bloomed, I feel like, way more because of that, because I'm just thinking, what can I do? And not like look on Instagram and be like, oh, that trick is sick, I could maybe do it in that kind of way maybe. It's more like you start thinking about tricks in a different way because you have no outside input. You just do what you feel like is going to be cool and what's going to work. And also you and then with other things as well, like, I don't know, with the conditions of snow, what's happening in the world, it's like most of the time when you look on Instagram, it looks amazing, but it's always Instagram good, or most of the time. And it just like kind of throws you off a little bit, and you're thinking like, yeah, fuck, I blew it today. Like, you would come home after an amazing day of riding and with the homies, like, I don't know if it's just a park day or if you filmed or something and you got some dope clips, you sit on your couch and you start scrolling and then you see all the shit that everybody's doing. You're like, fuck, I suck. Like, or I like
comparison.
Yeah, you just compare yourself way too much, and it's just like, it just bums me out always. So I like try to take breaks on Instagram all the time. I've done like vacation trips where I go surfing in Indonesia for like a week or two and just ditch every screen I have for like a whole week. I don't touch my phone, I don't touch my computer, nothing. I'm just there and I just enjoy it. And I'm there for surfing, I'm there to have a good time, and that's it. And nothing else matters. And same with snowboarding. Like, that's what we're there for. We're just there to have a good time. And yeah, it's hard work for sure. Like, you got to get clips and work your ass off, but like, you're doing that with no other distractions. So it's way easier as well.
Yeah, I feel like I've taken small breaks from, you know, Instagram, deleting the app. But you could also have the awareness, at least I did after I took a break, is like you come back to get inspired.
Yeah.
And like, you know, have set time aside to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and just like, I'm going to scroll and see what's happening.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Be intentional.
Intentional, yeah, with what you're saying.
Exactly.
Instead of just like
if you,
putting your thoughts off of shit, you know, just putting everything off just to like go mindless, I guess.
I think that's such a huge thing too, going back to what you said about creativity too, because being bored is such an inhibitor for creativity. And the screens you don't ever have to be bored if you're looking at a screen.
Yeah.
And like creativity, that's why like sometimes like a long drive where you're just, you come up with all the, or whatever it is.
Those are the best times to get up.
Because you don't have you can't be looking at your screen and all that stuff. And I'm going to get fucking crunchy for a quick second here, but I'm just going to say it because I think it's something I think about all the time. But I saw this energy healer lady once, and she put it that presence is love. So when you're present and we're having a conversation and you're listening and you're absorbing, or you're just wherever you are in that moment and you're at a show and you're listening to the music, or you're snowboarding, like I like that. I like framing it up like that because when you're on a phone and you're kind of like halfway listening to somebody, those moments like slip away and you miss some key times of life. And especially me with a child, I'm trying to be really cognizant of enjoying that and not doing a disservice.
I mean, that's where you can get back into techno as well. I mean, that's what I was saying before. You put your stickers on the phone cameras, and I mean, you see some gigs where everybody's holding up their phone, and you're just like, what is wrong with you people? Why can't you just put it away and enjoy it?
Yeah.
You're just seeing like a sea of phones. You see these little lights everywhere from behind, and you're just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you, like some DJs like I've seen like Solomon, for example, like some big DJ like that, like house DJ, he's like looking at the crowd and just like showing them like, what are you doing? Like, put it away. Like, he's like, fuck you guys. Like, this is not cool. Like, I don't want this. Like, just enjoy it. So I really think that's cool that like some clubs, or a lot of clubs in Europe have like that policy that you can't have your phone out. So that's where that feeling comes about. You're more present. You're listening to the music. You're not filming it. You're not like filming and focusing on the filming and getting the clip. You're just there.
It's probably shitty sounding clip as well. Anyways, like on Instagram, someone's posting on their story of music, and it's like, you skip that because it's like, it sounds like trash anyways.
Exactly. But yeah, it was funny because Pat was telling me that because he's also like, you both are into like Joe Dispenza and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I read that book as well.
Nice.
Like, I don't know what it's called in English. I had the German version, like the translated version. And yeah, that shit like really opened my eyes a lot. And just being in the moment and like being able to like, I don't know, meditate and just be like just canceling out your thoughts. I mean, I loved the Mikey LeBlanc interview you did. That just kind of opened my mind more. It was at a time when I was doing a lot of meditation as well, and I thought that was really, really interesting to see that he's that kind of guy, because he's one of my favorite snowboarders in the world, because he loves dropping flat. I love dropping flat. So like,
go to a silent retreat and just not talk for a week.
It's great. I would love to do that, honestly. I would love to try that out. I mean, it's probably trippy as fuck, but like, I don't know. I just think it's cool when you have these things like with Instagram where it just takes that away from you completely, because being in the moment and just being with your own thoughts as well is very important. It's super important to be happy as a human being. And that's not happening as much anymore these days, and that's where a lot of depression is happening and whatnot. And it's pretty sad to see people that literally live their life through Instagram and post everything that they're doing, every meal that they're eating, every fucking, it's like, so like, come on, you're not having a life really, in my opinion, honestly. Like, if I'm going to be hard about it, but like, it's just, you're just trying to prove yourself somehow. And in the end, just enjoy it. I don't like, for sure, I know I have to do this shit, and if I wouldn't have to, I would have a flip phone. I wouldn't give a shit. I would love to have a flip phone. I mean, the steez of it is obviously like, has some mad street cred, but like,
I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out here because it's interesting for the listeners. But I wrestle with this myself, and the solution that I landed on is that I bought a used separate phone that is my Instagram phone, and that lives in a separate part of my house. And so when I'm going around like all day, I just have my communication phone, because I figured I need maps and I need to be able to text.
For sure.
And I use my maps so much, and flip phones don't have maps. So that was my solution. I found a much better, balance with that. And going back to what you said earlier too, I thought it was interesting with talking about how, there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in the world, right? And you can watch that, and a lot of it's happening on the other side of the world, and it's like you watch it and it makes you feel angry, rightfully so. And then But if you kind of look at, and it's great to do things about that and to, have a belief in your cause and stand up for what's right. I firmly believe in that. But then if you're coming into your own personal space with this negative energy, that's rippling out negative energy around you. And so if you think about it, it's like the contest, like we were talking about. If you want to build community, you start on your grassroots level and it trickles out your culture. Same goes for humans, right? It's like if you are off of Instagram and you are listening to techno and you are radiating positive fucking great energy because you're jacked up about life, that's infectious to those around you. And so I think like the way to have a positive impact on the world is to positively influence those in your immediate circle by taking care of yourself and making sure that you feel good and not, I don't know, it's kind of a rant, but that's how I look at it. It's like this ripple effect that radiates from you, and then that's how we make positive change. I don't think like yelling on the internet about what you're angry about really is like infecting. It can, but it's just like, it's whatever. That's my take.
It's like your bomb hole motto here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Trying to please everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's only lowers your vibe, just come do what comes
Exactly.
natural and feels good.
Exactly.
To each one of us.
But that's also like what Joe Dispenza says as well. I mean, it's the energy. I mean, if you want to get deep into that shit, it's the energy and the vibes that you create that can also reflect on other people. And it's like almost kind of like scientifically proven as well that you can feel and record those energies kind of, or like, how do you say that, I guess, best?
Like collective conscious, or they can map it. Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy. Like, frequency, exactly. But I don't know. It's,
and think about a show.
It's all
like a techno show or whatever. It's like the fucking vibe in there.
Yeah. It's unreal. You can't compare that to anything else in the world, and that's what's beautiful about it when you go to those underground raves where nobody takes photos and you're just in the moment. You're just there for the music, period. And like people don't even talk to each other almost. Like some people, for sure you do, but like you're like kind of with your homies on the dance floor and sometimes even not. And I've been like going to raves like where I know like there's like some big DJ that I want to see. I go there sober sometimes. And I just go there by myself and just dance and don't care about anything else. Like if I know some people, it might be a little bit annoying, some coked out people that are like trying to talk to me. I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm just trying to listen to the music. And, but in the end, like that's what that is all about as well. It's just about being in the moment. And that's what that energy of techno is. So and that's what we're trying to talk about in general right now, I guess, is just being in the moment is the most important thing. And then that energy kind of,
it's all frequency. I had a dream last night with a dolphin.
You had a nocturnal emission. A nocturnal emission.
Not Mr. Cheezel, Grandma's boy.
Yeah, Mr. Cheezel.
I was swimming.
Dude, literally, I come in here. We have this fucking team of people. I'm like, I literally, for our bomb hole meetings, I am fucking Mr. Cheezel, dude. I'm like, I can see you being like that for sure. Arching my back. You want the tea?
Some lavender.
It means good things coming.
Oh, that movie. Sorry.
Do you have bathrooms here, or do I have to shit in a plant? All right. We're going to change gears into a much more surface level topic that is brought to us by Lolo. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Yo, what up, Urton? Bombhole crew. I would just like to know how many of your exes you've bought fake titties for.
Oh my God.
Okay, love you guys. Goodbye.
Oh, we just went so deep and into this.
Yeah, that's what we do it at the bomb hole. We go all over the place. You could have been present while buying these.
More than one.
Oh my God. Okay, this is I guess this was me blowing money Nike times.
Nike budge.
My Nike budge. I had one ex-girlfriend, and she was a little bit insecure, so with her titties, and she wanted to buy some, and I chipped in. So half of that was mine. So one of them belongs to me. And bought her a French bulldog as well. We had a French bulldog together. We were dating for like 3 years, and it didn't go so well, and then went into the next relationship quite quickly, I guess, and. That relationship, I bought her a French bulldog and fake titties.
Seeing a bit of a pattern here.
Yeah, no, I really am very afraid of that pattern right now. I am not touching anything with silicone is a no-go for me because that seeps into the brain. No, but yeah, it's that was two sketchy relationships for sure. But I mean, it grew me, made me to who I am now. So I mean, whatever happens, and it's supposed to happen, I guess. But definitely that money, it was a bit of a. I burned that money, that's for sure, for no reason.
Okay. Well, we are deep.
Thanks
I don't
for
know
that
how.
question, Lolo.
Yeah. Shout out to Lolo. I forgot about Patreon questions. I'm sorry to our loyal Patreon members. Silk's not here. He is usually on top of this. Let's hit a couple quick Patreons here. This one's from Josh Sullivan. Thank you, Josh Sullivan. Thank you to all of our members for making this show possible. We appreciate you guys. He said, heard you were in the studio with Pat Fava making a song. Can we hear it? ? Album dropping soon? ?
Damn, we should have brought it.
You got on the phone? You got on the phone or no?
No, we just have like this drum machine kind of thing, and it's just like a sample machine.
Yeah, I might have one little snippet.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, put it up to the.
Did we get the Adios Turd Nuggets in there?
Yeah, you got anything on there? Oh, we got a sample. We got it. Sounds like an instant classic.
Yeah.
All right, we got another question from Ted Borland. He said, "What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Ted.
What are your thoughts on aggressive weed smoking lifestyle shots?"
Oh, all day. Pretty dope. I mean, it's we were talking about it the other day when we went to ramen, and he was like asking me that question, and I'm like, yeah. He was like really questioning me, like, are you really smoking weed in those videos? And like, I had a weed smoking section in the Freeman show as well. There, I actually have to admit, that was after I stopped smoking weed for a whole year and kind of went sober for a whole year in general. Just needed a little break off of everything. It's pretty hectic times we're living in, so sometimes you need to slow down. But yeah, there I was just smoking CBD. So I'm sorry about all the weed potheads. I was, that was CBD. Oof. So a little letdown, but in the ride, I was definitely smoking weed, but I haven't been smoking much in that time. So I was so high after just a couple puffs. So I really made sure I got the clips as quickly as possible. Yep. And then throughout the whole session, I was just questioning myself, like, oh my God, like, oh, why did he look at me like that? Like, what's going on? I was just so paranoid the whole time.
Yeah, I was part of
Yeah,
that,
you're on the same boat as well, yeah.
Not smoking and... Yeah, Lolo, such a bad influence. Come get high. She actually got me so stoned, and Seb, the filmer, was staying at Ethan's, and we were making some Mr. Cheezel hot tea, getting on our tip, and I was so high, just like, same thing, like, damn, like, do I look weird standing here and shit? Like, it's so unhealthy, And then he's holding out his cup. I was like, I'll pour you the boiling water. And I pour it directly on Seb's hand, like boiling water. And I said sorry like 1,000 times. And I was like, fuck, like, is he fucking hate me? Like, this is so, yeah. So
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, for real.
All right, Cake Pound Crew wants to know, okay, so what would be a bigger honor to you, winning the Olympics or becoming King of DIYX?
What is King of DIYX?
I don't know, the winner of your contest.
You kind of are the king of DIYX.
Yeah, he already kind of got that.
Morgan.
Yeah, he kind of already is.
Morgan.
That's a good point. King of dicks.
Man, I gotta say, winning the Olympics with a drugs base, that would be fire.
Yeah, that's hard.
Gotta say, like, that would be, or like, I don't know. I thought about so many different scenarios of when I'd be in the Olympics, like have a spliff in my pocket, and while I'm waiting for my points, smoke a spliff or something. That would be kind of sick as well. Shit like that would be kind of GSA.
We'd like to see that. Okay, next question. This one's Riff Dog Homeboy. Word on the street is you're a chef as well. What's your favorite meal to make? And do you have any signature dishes you're known for?
Yelp noodle.
Gam canoodle, yes. Actually, that's quite a satisfying thing to need, that's for sure. Like, that dough is, just putting that fingers in that shit, ooh, so nice. Gam canoodle, I just made Pat some very traditional Austrian meal. We were thinking about, shit, I should have, like, we were thinking this morning, like, shit, I should have made another batch for you as well. You would have been stoked on that. It's like, it goes by as a lunch, but it's actually sweet. It's like a dough ball with jelly inside and vanilla sauce around it, and like poppy seeds and powder, sugared powder on top. And it, like they sell it everywhere on the resorts on the mountain. So like it's kind of like a quick little lunch energy boost. Like it's really heavy, but not like crazy heavy. You can still go ride afterwards and stuff. But yeah, that's quite a nice treat. So I made some for Pat the other day for thank you for being able to stay at his place.
Really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other staple meals?
Schnitzel?
No. I mean, I'm vegetarian, kind of. I'm not super strict anymore, but like I've been vegetarian for quite a long time. But
aside from the labor Casey, but or whatever, whatever it's called.
No, that was before that time.
Oh,
yeah. No, but I mean, that wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have to eat that labor Casey.
That's a good point.
Sage just needs to have sex.
Again, it's not a. Just Sage just has to have sex with it. Yep.
With ketchup.
I mean,
a little ketchup, yeah. Must ejaculate as well. Must ejaculate.
No, I made in my restaurant. It was like more of a Mexican style vegetarian restaurant. So I made like jackfruit burritos and stuff. It's just something crazy because like every time I come to the U.S. or like I just eat so much Mexican food because it's so good, and we don't have that back home. There's no such thing. It's insane. Like you can't get good Mexican food, and if they claim to be Mexican, it's mostly not Mexican. It's like some crazy weird ass ripoff. They maybe have black beans in there, but they're not even refried or anything. So I kind of tried to make some traditional shit, but like a little twist of my own on there, of course. But I like doing that. But, you know, when you're a chef, you get so over it cooking the same shit over and over and over again. You can't see that anymore. It's like feels like a substance of it eventually because that's what you eat all the time. And you just like try to get food in you because you need food, and it just, you can't taste anymore. And then I worked at a different restaurant a couple years later, and there I was in charge of the vegetarian menu, and there I was making like curries and just like I kind of got creative there. I made some burgers with some like deep fried sweet potatoes, and just like I always like to go on the healthy side of food. Always, I like doing that. So, but then except Gamknoodle is obviously a big exception. But
yeah, also you're making some crazy good healthy oatmeals when I was staying at your place.
Yeah, I like to make oatmeals. Yeah.
So.
What I like about when you go to Europe, like the bread goes stale the next day. You're like, fucking, I'm pretty sure that America, like the spread's been in here for like a month and it's like totally fine. I don't think that's good.
Wait, what? The spread?
I know, like in general, like there's not as much preservatives in the food. I've noticed.
Food
like
quality.
you open food and it goes bad quickly.
Yeah.
And here I've like, dude, I got some snacks that have been in my cupboard. You take them out a month and a half later, they taste
Still
like
good.
they're right out of the plastic. I'm like, I don't think that's good.
Yeah, you can eat
it's not
European McDonald's and, you know.
European
you're still
McDonald's is
shitting the
fire.
next morning,
It hits.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good. Like they have pretty solid shit.
American
honestly.
McDonald's also very good. I like it.
Oh, what? No way. I haven't had McDonald's in America in a
And
long
maybe
time.
Panda Express.
Oh, Panda. Yeah. No, I'm not a health guy. I'm not a health guy. I mean, it's just so good.
Yeah.
I'm fucking getting hungry. Think about it.
I mean, I love eating the shit food in the U.S. It's
Yeah.
the best.
Maybe
oh
we'll go to
God.
Panda
Donuts
Express
and
and
Yeah.
shit.
Have you been to Panda?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay,
yeah,
good. Yeah.
Been to Panda.
Big fans of Panda. Okay, we're gonna get into hot takes here.
All right.
Here we go. Who would you say your GOAT, both male and female, is in snowboarding?
I gotta say David Benedek.
Woo!
I'm a big fan. He's like, I don't know, he changed snowboarding a lot. He progressed the sport in so many different ways, and he's such a smart dude. He's done some crazy tricks, like insane tricks before anybody's time, like switchback double rodeo 12. Like, when was that? Fucking whenever, 20 years ago or some shit. Like, insane. Maybe like not that long, but still doing like some of the first double corks, and just a very influential snowboarder to me, I feel like. I don't know, I just loved watching all the Afterlane movie, like the Robot Food movies and stuff with him in there. He always like, his parts really blew my mind. I mean, being a fellow German as well, it's pretty sick to have somebody like that. And then it just like kind of badass move, just bounced and just did filming school and is killing it on that side. So yeah, big shout out to Dave Bennick. He's a G. Women, that's a hard one for me right now. And I mean, like, I mean, an easy one I would say is Jamie Anderson is really on top of it. Like, she's so good. And she's won so many contests. But, like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe, actually, you know what? Sorry, Jamie. I'm giving it to Jess Kimura.
Whew.
Yeah, she's been doing... I just like the people that give back to snowboarding a lot. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with DIYX. And I think that's cool when people do something for the sport and change it. And she's changed it for the women big time. Like, uninvited and all that stuff. Got to say, big shout out to her. She's been killing it. And she's a fucking insane snowboarder.
Great answer. Snowboarding, art form, sport, or lifestyle? It's a shitty question. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I hate that question.
Like Johan going off on the gram.
What's that?
Did you see Johan's gram going off?
Oh, he's always
he's pretty fine.
Yelling into the void.
What was the first one again?
Art form.
Okay.
Sport or lifestyle, or whatever.
Lifestyle for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Who's one of the most underrated snowboarders in your opinion?
I gotta say, like, there's so many riders out there, so it's hard to like pick one person out. So I'm gonna just say, honestly, like, every rider that has been trying so hard and trying to make it happen and are still insane riders and killing it and just don't get the respect they deserve. I think there's just too many out there, honestly. So many underrated riders, because in this sea of like Instagram and everything, it's like, it's so easy to just get lost in there. And yeah, I don't know. There's too many.
Good answer. Steel or powder?
Pow.
Pat, do you have anything to say about that?
Wrong answer.
Who's got some of the best style ever, in your opinion? Best style ever.
I'm a big Esme fan, but also like backcountry. KB's
Kevin Baxter?
Out there. He's out there.
Yeah, great answer. Who's got your favorite method?
Nicholas Miller.
What's your favorite snowboard video ever made?
That.
What's your favorite board graphic ever?
That's another hard one. I don't really look into that stuff too much.
Or what stood out to you, or what you want when you were a kid?
Yeah, dude, for sure. Travis Kennedy. Oh yeah, I still have that board.
It's like the bandana top sheet or
the
whatever?
one, the dollar top sheet.
Oh, the dollar top sheet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one's so sick. Cool. I still have that one. I always bring it to the flea market and try to sell it for like $1,000 or something.
Okay, you go heliboarding 3 people, just good times. Who's going in that heli with you? You can bring anyone who you want. I'm trying to think. Dolly brought Mike Tyson. Somebody recently brought, who was it? They brought somebody fucking hilarious. What's the guy who was definitely on drugs recently in the media? Anyway, I can't think of his fucking name, but he brought somebody hilarious.
Okay, I got one good one. So I'd say
Charlie Sheen. Sorry, that was who it was. Charlie Sheen.
Wow, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen was in the heli. All right, continue.
Okay, I'm gonna say Pat and Lolo. Yep, that would be sick.
My
as
dog.
fuck. That would be so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add another one in there as well?
Fuck it. Chuck the head pilot out.
Yeah, let's check the pilot. I want to fly.
Yeah, you're flying.
Yeah, I'm flying. Anika.
Yep.
And Party Boy 69.
Woo.
Yeah. He rips. He rips. He's like asked me a couple times to go shred, but it never worked out. But
damn,
I'm a massive fan of him.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah, let's get that
would
bird.
be a
Let's get that bird in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? We got dream sponsor. Anything in the world. Doesn't have to be snowboard related. What you got?
Big shout out, maybe Pub Beer. I'm gonna
Pub
say
Beer?
it. I want to just get a beer sponsor.
Beer
honestly, in
sponsor?
general. No, actually, no. Sorry.
It's like very attainable.
No, because I'm German and my German is I want Augustiner.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
No Heineken?
German. No, what? That's gross, man.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
We're Germans. We're very particular about our beer.
Okay.
Maybe Tegernseer could also work, but Augustina, that's what's up. If I get an Augustiner sticker on my board, made in 1805 or whenever it was, like, let's go. That's
Das
fire.
Boot.
Das Boot as a sponsor. You sick as well.
Dream sponsor, Das Boot. Final answer. All right, first try, go to step down. Massive step down, gotta land. What are you dusting?
What trick?
What
I'm
trick?
doing?
Yeah, like, fuck, I gotta.
Massive step down.
Massive step down, gotta land. What's your first try, go to?
First try.
Like, neat must land scenario.
Speed check. No, maybe. I mean, I always like to do a good feel good in the beginning. It's always nice, and then start stepping it up. So maybe
What's the
like,
feel good?
I love doing good old back seven. That's
Back
always
seven.
fun.
Whew.
Feels cozy.
Yeah. See, that's not a feel good for me. That's a land on my back scenario. All right. Cool. Last question. Worst trend. What do you got?
Emo music and emo vibes on the outrun. Sorry, guys. You guys rip, but oh shit, I can't see that anymore. I want to see the good times. I don't want to be bummed out when I watch your movie.
Wow. That's what we call an actual hot take right there. That's an actual hot take. That's what we love. That's what we're here for. Okay. One thing we always ask our guests is their setup. What board are you riding? How do you set it up? Talk about it.
I got the Italian Turbo. Stiffest board in the game. Yeah, that one's a machine. I love that one. For rails, I tried a nose press yesterday and it's impossible. I did a very heavy phantom press, so that was our last run, and I was like, no, we got to go again. I can't end my run.
Doing a good job selling this board, by the way.
No, it's actually insane. It's really, really fun.
So you're sponsored by these guys, right? You are okay.
No, but Drayden rides this board in the streets, and he presses the shit out of it. Okay. I just suck at presses.
Okay,
so that's on me. Yeah, I love that board. It's really fun, really aggressive, really strong, and in POW, it's a machine for sure. Bindings, I'm really bad with remembering the names of all the bindings. I might be the Atom.
Who makes one?
Battalion. Yeah. The Atom is that binding, I guess. I hope. I don't know. Sorry if I got it wrong. Yeah, I love them. Honestly, like I just switch through bindings all the time. Also with my stances, I don't really care too much like what I do. I just kind of like slap it on and see how it feels. Actually 2 days ago, I went to Brighton and it was like the soft opening. We couldn't get a day pass for me. So I hiked to the top and strapped in, and I just changed my boards, and I had a full-on Seb-Tooth Sean White stance, and I would like that was my run, and it was so miserable. But yeah, sometimes most of the time I get it right, and it's like kind of whatever. I just kind of play with everything. But yeah, I love the bindings. I just switch through the bindings all the time, and every one of them is pretty dope. And I got here my pro model, Northwave, the Decade. Pretty stoked on that one.
You got the power strap.
Yeah, we got the power strap. That's I'm really stoked that they allowed me to do traditional lacing as well, because they have this fast lacing system, and it's really good. But I just like the traditional. Honestly, it's the best to me. So yeah, I'm stoked on that, and thanks for letting me have a pro model with them. And yeah, we've done some fun ones for sure in the past.
What did you put the power strap on, or is that on the boot already?
No, it's on the boot. Yeah.
Yeah, I freaking love the power strap.
Yeah, it's good. It really holds you in place. Yeah. It's really nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah, cool. Amazing. So what's next for Ethan Morgan?
I'm taking a kind of a cozy season. It's been kind of hectic filming now, and also I want to start working a little bit harder on the Street Jam stuff and make sure that we build that a little bit, see what the next stop is. We're still up in the air with everything and just trying to figure it out. But I'm just excited to just go ride for myself, not go out and try to film all the time. Like, for sure, I want to go on some trips and hang out, but no pressure on getting clips as much as possible. Just go there and have a good time. I'm going to go to Japan in January with Battalion. That'll be fun. And I'm coming to Jackson for this monster thing in December, like an Avi course. And after that, no plans whatsoever. Just shred, have a good time. And then I think in a year from now, we're probably going to, Annika and I were thinking about doing a project together. So that would be cool.
That'd be fuego.
Yeah, that would be super fun. Just do something proper together. Because she's got the Olympic year coming up now, and she's going to be quite stressed with that. And then straight after that, go into that maybe. So, everything's still up in the air. I just want to enjoy this season and be in the moment. So enjoy it.
Well, we're doing the giveaway for the world's, by the time this comes out, it might happen, but the world's first split board double cork. Maybe next year we'll do the world's first naked triple cork, and you can get in the runnings for that.
Halldór would have gotten the world's first double cork. I would have gotten the world's first 2.5 cork naked.
Maybe that's what it's already been done though. Shit.
Yeah. So triple cork, that would be fire. Mm-hmm. Preferably at a contest.
Yep.
Rip off pants. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Just bib.
Just bib. Wow.
Just bib.
That would be sick.
I wonder if there's regulations against that in the FIS rule book.
That's probably fine. I mean, there's no regulations about clothing, I think.
Yeah.
As long as you have the bib on, you're good to go.
Yeah, just the bib.
Yeah.
Sock over the cock.
Okay, lastly, you want to throw any thank yous out before we wrap this thing up?
Well, thanks to the Morgan family. Thanks to you for having me here. Thanks to the whole Bombhole crew. You guys are killing. Thanks, Pat, for coming on this and letting me stay at your place.
Easy.
Thank you to Snowboarding. I think that pretty much sums it up for me right now. I'm just very blessed and very happy to be doing what we're doing.
Did you also have a gift maybe to give?
Oh yeah, shit! I almost forgot.
Yeah, plates are in the kitchen. I'm just kidding.
Wait.
Wow, just shit on a plate.
Oh my!
I would have so much respect for that. There's a log of shit that came. That would probably live on the set. We might have to like smell proof it. But we're in. Yeah,
just like glass it or something.
We got the signed Big Mountain Jeremy Jones Cliff Bar back there. There's log of shit right next to that.
With the signature.
We'd have to sign it with a paint marker, maybe.
Little pubes on top.
Is that a signed log of Ethan Morgan's shit? Yes, it is.
With sprinkled pubes.
Fantastic.
Oh
all right.
I got you.
You got it. Oh, we do have a gift. I thought the gift was a log of shit.
No. So I wanted to get you something as a thanks because I know you just got a kid, like a baby, and probably a tough time. So thanks so much for
circumcised.
Yeah.
For all the Euros out there, you might have to be familiar with that.
Circumcised for life. Let's go. Yeah. And I didn't really have anything from Europe really. So like from Germany, I would have loved to give you something. So I got something that my brother gave me, and it's probably as foreign as it gets for you.
Okay.
It's pretty damn foreign.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
You're a hockey fan.
Pittsburgh Penguins. Yeah. Dude, that is incredible. That's incredible. Thank you. I am a Bruins fan, but I respect it. This is very similar that we may or may not have ripped off the Bombhole Cup logo because of this very thing.
Sick.
And we may or may not have had to cease and desist the production of said merch because of, I think, this very fucking logo, dude. This is incredible. Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow. It's been a fun show, man. Holy shit.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing. I had a great time.
I love it. I was wondering, also, thank you. Snowboarding thanks you for your contribution and everything you've done. And you're fucking making snowboarding rad, and that's what we love.
Thank you. I
about
appreciate
it.
it.
Staying true to yourself, so thank you.
Thank you.
Pat, thanks for co-hosting.
Of course, yeah. So happy to be here. Ethan, you're fucking killing it. Keep being you. Chris, congrats on the dad life. And
lastly,
congrats again.
I got to say thanks to all the sponsors that support the show, everybody that tunes in, all the Patreon members. Couldn't do the show without you. And lastly, I'm thinking, Fava, why don't you do the sign off? Why don't you take us out of the show?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed our show today here with Ethan Morgan and Chris Grenier. And that's a wrap. Over and out.
Woo! Yeah. Good show. Good show, folks.